Some would say they don't think we're in Kansas anymore. For others, they'd say, oh, we're at probably the greatest racetrack in NR Night in America. Whether it's in the Gen 4, the Gen 6, the truck, the Xfinity Series stock car, the car tomorrow, or what you're about to see with the next gen. It's always exciting. It's always fun when NR Night in America heads to the Heartland. I'm John Ramos, the voice of NR. In just a matter of moments, qualifying will start. Single car queue for the first race of 4 that's guaranteed here tonight. It's been a little while since we've gone stream. Matter of fact, the last time we went streaming wasn't last Tuesday, wasn't last Friday. You have to go all the way back for an opportunity to see us go green. And you may be saying, why not stream on a Friday night like we had the opportunity to yesterday? Well, the NASCAR Cup Series was racing. Why not last Tuesday? I was getting back from Owasso, my final trip to Michigan for the year in my 2024 broadcasting campaign. So the opportunity has come up for a NR Night in America marathon. A Friday originally was supposed to be slated, was moved and shelved to Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And that's where we'll see NR Night in America tonight, followed up by an opportunity to go community event racing at Talladega. That will be for the Sunday night edition, and then another Talladega community event. That's on Monday night. Now, if we do hit 300 likes, do bear with me here. It's going to be interesting because from what we are gathering, 300 likes will also get us a race 2 on Sunday, maybe even a race 2 on Monday. And you may be wondering, why is that? Why would this just come out of nowhere? Well, with community events, they're usually standalone. They're standalone products. And with us having a Sunday and a Monday night edition of them, we think that maybe the incentive would be great to see. I think I'm excited to see what would come up about it. So 300 likes tonight, we'll get a race 2 for Sunday. 300 likes on that stream, we'll get a race 2 for Monday. Talladega night, we're going to get the closest possible to a night version of Talladega before the lights do not come out and illuminate, because there is no lighting at Talladega Super Speedway. And then Monday night, we're doing everything we can to bring you back in time for a 1987 race. That's the 87 stock cars, an 87 lap feature, 19 lap duels to come about before NASCAR heads to Talladega just next week. It's exciting, it's fun, just 2 minutes remaining, give it with some change, and we'll be ready to go racing in the first race of the night. NR Night in America, fueling victories all year long. The viewers still filing on in. Hello, welcome. The excitement is in the air. We have 2 Kansas races tonight. One with the next gen currently on your screen, getting ready to grid up. Then Xfinity will be going night Kansas for race 2. Trucks headed to Miami, and we'll do a super Formula Circuit of the Americas F1 style race. That will be round number 4. Once again, 300 likes, we will see a 5th race tonight. Let's look at the leaderboard. Any changes, any wonders? William Schmidt, he's won here before with this car track combo. He is currently 5th. When it comes down to qualifying time, he drops back to 6th at a moment's notice. To the line, a 31.082. Does it give him some room? It doesn't. It's P7 for Schmidt on the board. Aiden Walker is second quick. He dropped down a 39.68. All chasing River Page, who is currently P1. Josh Berry goes third. Daniel Mosteller goes fourth. You have Eladam Contreras back in 9th. This is usually his better track. Him and Jacob Wilkerson, I expect them to do great things. Matter of fact, Jacob Wilkerson is lined up in the 8th position. Michael Mitchum, 16th. That's not what we're used to seeing by the young driver, Yahir Rodriguez. Every single week, he seems to be getting quicker and quicker, and another opportunity to start up inside the top 15 with Frank DeAngelis, James Thurston, and others still putting down a time. We say hello and welcome to the viewers that are coming here into NR Night in America. You're watching NR Night live on the IDK Player YouTube channel. Quick shout out to the Racing Hippie, to Connor L, to Caden Williams, Jimmy Truck 28, Snappy, and others that are here typing it up in the chat. We know Saturday nights are not our usual night of racing, but we thought to ourselves, with how much time we have missed Why not back it up? Why not give the opportunity for racing action? Christian Delgado, 25th quick. Lined up, ready to go. And the zeros will be shown across the left side of your screen. Give it to River Page with a quick time of 39.39. Aiden Walker, Josh Berry, Daniel Mosteller, Chase Schaefer, Malone, Schmidt, Wilkerson, and others. They're all lined up within the top 8. And the left side of your screen, you will see the starting lineup for all 40 drivers that are getting ready to go green. Excitement is very much in the air. We're always very excited to go racing in our night in America. But the what-ifs continue to loom. Now, we don't have any rain in the area like we did for the last next-gen race at Kansas. That was very interesting with the fact that we were testing rain on ovals, and we said, oh, well, the next-gen with the rain, it worked at Circuit of the Americas. Let's go to Richmond. And it worked at Richmond. And we're like, oh, let's try it at a mile and a half. Safe to say it did not work on a mile and a half. Matter of fact, it was probably considered the worst NR Night in America race ever, as did most of the chat say. But we're ready to continue on and try things again, this time with sunshine, daylight, late afternoon, track temperature 95 degrees, humidity 47, got a little wind in the area, but nothing to be alarmed by. The track, it's going to change a lot. Now, these next gens, aero dependency will come in at some point during the race. You can expect the restarts to be the most exciting, the most well thought out for these 40 drivers. We don't usually see a lot of cautions within the middle part of the race, but in the beginning stages, you want to look through the pack. Just because you see a single car spin doesn't mean a caution is going to come. In the sim world, it's a little bit different than how they race in the real world. So keep that in mind. If it's off the racing surface or way in the back, a caution may not come out because of it. And it's something funny that we explain every single week, just because there are viewers out there that watch what I call in person. You'll see a single car spin and they'll throw the caution for it. And then in the simulator, you'll see a single car spin and it's not a worry. It's just gone with the wind as we get ready to rock and roll. Let's get ready to go green next time by. And say those magical words, God, speed, drivers. You are go for throttle up. Drivers are in, drivers are ready. As the clock ticks for us to go green. Schaefer P5, Jacob Malone P6. River Page, Aiden Walker. Lined up for us to go green. We'll see the one to go. That will be next time by. As the excitement will reign. 80 laps for the first race, 60 laps for the second. It's going to be a beautiful Kansas afternoon and tonight for the first 2 races in NR Night in America. Homestead Miami Speedway, that's round number 3. And then we'll have round number 4 coming from Circuit of the Americas. The lights are off, the one to go. Just something about this track that produces great racing, whether it's in the sim, whether it's from what we see in person, the wheel-to-wheel action. I don't know if we'll get a photo finish tonight, but we've seen them. We've seen them before at this track. We've seen them at Homestead. We've nearly seen it at Circuit of the Americas. As a matter of fact, I think that rain race can qualify as a photo finish. As the lights are off and we're ready to go green. Viewers filing in from all around. River Page, Aiden Walker, Josh Berry, Daniel Mosteller. All lined in and ready to go. something about this place that produces great magic, whether it's with the Next Gen, the Xfinity Stock Car, or other forms of racing. You know tonight is going to be a great night. So let's light the fuse from Kansas Speedway. Three wide off the jump. Berry to the inside. Walker in the middle. Walker top side. Page in the middle. Give the 93 the advantage to turn 3. Got it rolling strong. Long way around. Mosteller sneaks through into second. Walker leads lap 1. Contreras is not inched to the bottom just yet. He's loving that outside lane, and some expect the outside to be the way to go long term. But with most of the field still within a pack, trouble spin. That's the 118 into the outside wall. Andrew Cootie gets a piece of it. 6-7, make it 8 more machines involved, and the caution will wave. Davis. Mosteller. And before we can really get in the swing of things, come to rest, just 3 laps in. You saw Lucas Davila, that was the driver of the 188. That went around just dead in front of the field. And I believe that was Yahir Rodriguez up and into the catch fence. Watch again. This is a lap previous. He's got Balderas to his outside. James Thurston, he was quick to the punch. Same with Frank DeAngelis. Watch Mitchum in the 38 car. No, I don't think he did anything wrong. I don't think Davila got it turned down into turn 3. And yeah, that's where the netcode issue happened with Yahir Rodriguez, how he actually flipped up and into the air. When you see a driver blink once or twice, then you start worrying about netcode, and usually spells disaster as it just did. So the caution waves first time by. Gavin Austin, he's on pit road. River Page, Aidan Walker, Jacob Malone, Chase Schaefer. As Berry, Schmidt, Wilkerson, Thurston, Contreras, Joey Beck, Frank DeAngelis, Aladam Contreras, with Connor Murphy, Lane Sanders, and Michael Mitchum rounding out the top 15. This track is going to change. This is on a day into night cycle. I don't believe we'll see racing under the lights with the Next Gen. We will see it with the NASCAR Xfinity Series, but we will start seeing that change of track temp. That's definitely where we're going to see possibly a little bit of a lane shift. Now, most drivers are still expecting the outside lane to be the way to go, so keep that in mind. Last time we did race at Kansas with the Next Gen, we got to go back to maybe May of 2024. There has been a couple updates since, and usually with these updates to the cars and the tracks, it will change what is the most dominant lane. I know at Las Vegas at one point it was inside, 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 and then it went to the inside lane to a second or third groove. Here at Kansas, it should still most likely be the top, but we have seen the bottom really come into play, including that middle lane with the Gen 4 stock car. Completely 2 different types of race car, but something definitely to know. Chase Schaefer is on the move. He has found his way up to the 4th position. Malone has found his way into the 4th position with Chase Schaefer back to 3rd. James Thurston in 8th. Lane Sanders, Connor Murphy, Andrew Cootie lining out that top 15. Let's get the one to go. So they'll line them back up 2 by 2. Chevy on Ford, that's row number 1. Chevy on Ford, row number 2. Chevy on Toyota, row number 3.
Guys,
And yes, that is true. Last time we did race this car track combo, there was the crashing issue. Now, luckily, we haven't seen any blinking issues on iRacing as of the NWP 400. We hope that continues the same way throughout the rest of the year. 6 laps in. And a whole lot of racing left to go. Couple drivers out of the race. Others due to internet issues. 40 entered, 36 took the green flag. Let's bring it back underway. River Page, top side of the racetrack. Has everyone cleared off turn 2 by a car length and a half over Chase Schaefer. Malone, Schmidt, Thurston and Berry. Now for third, toe-to-toe. Thurston has been on the move since the start of the race. Not the qualifying effort he wanted. And he's been making up time little by little. As low as 13th is now up to the 7th position. Slicing to the bottom. William Schmidt looking to join. Schaefer and Page make it 2 Fords, 1-2. Jacob Malone sitting in third. Balderas, DeAngelis, Mitchum, and Sanders. Berry up the 10th, gets 2 spots with that move. Here's Schaefer to the inside on Page to battle for the lead. Has him cleared by 2 car lengths. New race leader, Chase Schaefer. Jacob Malone's watching on. He's viewing from that 3rd position. Walker in 4th, Schmidt in 5th, all working back to the top side. James Thurston thought about finding a way through. Jacob Wilkerson gave the big NO. Rolled on to the 6th spot. Thurston now forced to the outside. You're already starting to see that migration way side of the racetrack. That's where you're going to see the speed. And if you're going to make the move on a driver, you have to be bold. You have to really fight to the inside on corner entry. That's what River Page wants to do here. Jacob Malone watching on 3rd. Ooh, the tight squeeze. Page falls back to the 3rd position. Malone in the control position on the outside. Cars starting to spread out around the Kansas Speedway. 3 wide. That's roughly for the 10th spot. They start logging laps. You're watching Enter Night in America live on the IDK Player YouTube channel. So glad you have joined on in. If you love what you see, feel free to subscribe and notifications on because you don't want to miss a beat with what we have coming up. Talladega Community Event Sunday night. Talladega Community Event also Monday night. It's exciting. It's fun. They got 4 races guaranteed here. 2 from Kansas. Xfinity is next, followed by the Truck Series. We go Super Formula Racing from Circuit of the Americas. Schmidt, Wilkerson, wayside. Alone. He lost a spot to River Page, and I think he wants it back. Schaefer has led the most laps in this race thus far. But still a whole lot of time left to go. We've seen pit strategy become a thing here. We've seen a lot of drivers try to stretch it on fuel in some areas. The undercuts, the overcuts. What strategy will work? We've seen drivers running out of fuel in races past, including with the Next-Gen. So it's very interesting to see how this will work. You have 67 laps to go in this race, an 80-lap feature to start the first race, the first round. And already some drivers out of the event. Look at Josh Shillelagh, Yair Rodriguez, Davlo. Once again, they were involved in that first incident. Top 3 single filed out, all under half a second. Making the top 7 fully under a second of each other, 8/10 and change. Wilkerson on Schmidt, and that's the thing about William Schmidt. He's considered our closer. Very rarely do you see him fighting for the race lead early on. He happens to get better as time rolls on. Keep an eye on that 79 machine. He's got something working with the last 10 or 15 laps. If he can keep it pointed in the right direction, you look at River Page, you look at Chase Schaefer, you say, this just looks like business as usual. Page is always up front early on in these next-gen races. Chase Schaefer seems like a coin flip. He's either leading the pack or he's completely the other way around. He's a caboose and looking to make up track position, struggling with time early on. Love seeing what the Ford can do now. There's James Thurston, who's been in some incidents as of recent. We've seen him move around. We've seen him try different things. We've seen him get very bold the last 3 or 4 weeks. And in turn, it's really involved with incidents. Some we're not very fond about seeing. So keep James Thurston in mind. He sits in the 4th position. Aiden Walker's back to 5th. James Thurston, Jacob Wilkerson. Montreal Contreras in that 3 wide. All momentum based. Toyota on Toyota. 3 wide going at it. Schmidt will get him to the line with the control of the wayside. Contreras yields back and will live to fight another day, knowing that that was not going to be the move. He may have an opportunity here on his teammate. Slams the back end of the 43. Now, usually when we go next-gen racing at Kansas Speedway, it's usually at night, where definitely the top is where you want to be. The inside lane doesn't work as much, but this is still a pretty warm racetrack, 95-degree track temp. It's not the 130, 140 that we see in the summer months, but it's in an area where the inside lane can work. You can make up time, but there's a couple factors you have to worry about. 1, tire wear. You know, at some tracks, tire wear isn't that big of a deal with the next gen, but here it could play a factor later on in a long green flag run. Number 2, if the outside lane continues to be rubbered in the way it's been looking as of this moment, it's going to be the most dominant lane come 30 to go, 20 to go, including if we don't see a restart. So if you're going to make up time on the inside, you might as well go for it now. And I think that's why we're starting to see a lot of moving for positions from 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th, because some of these drivers are anticipating a possible track condition change. Now, we haven't seen Frank DeAngelis jump outside the top 10 just yet, but he hasn't really been challenged much by Barry, by Andrew Cootie. That's for 10th, 11th, and 12th. And then you have Bailadon Contreras, who's sitting in 8th, and you consistently see him running to the inside to try to make a move. Fight for the lead, River Page. James Thurston, Ford Frenzy up front. Page in the fence. Schaefer under pressure. James has been making up a lot of time, really making stuff work. Thurston. Ooh, nearly got into him. He saw Malone kiss the wall. And that will allow Jacob Wilkerson to make a move to the bottom. Walker downstairs with him. Thurston went from fighting for the lead to now trying to defend for 4th. Schaefer holds on, top 6, under a full second of each other. Watching on from William Schmidt, he's got company, Bailadon Contreras. Contreras on the inside, William Schmidt on the outside. And I don't think that 79 is going to hold on. Bailadon says thank you very much. P7 it is. 58, 57 laps to go here from Kansas. All already a lot of switching up. Remember, Michael Mitchell talked about his poor qualifying effort, not used to seeing him outside the top 15, and actually resulted him in being involved in an accident. He just dropped back. Gavin Austin, this is in the 17th spot. He's got Keith Ingram, Alexander Valderas, Lane Sanders. Lane pretty quiet early in this race. We expected him to be possibly up inside the top 10, give or take. He sits 20th. He's struggling toe-to-toe here with Luke Gallagher. Trouble, spin outside wall. Keith Ingram will slide right into the racing groove. We'll throw the yellow. And he's going to get stuck on the transition of the racing surface to the apron. Caution is out for the second time. You saw it just prematurely. I believe Gavin Austin got into the Keith Ingram machine. I don't think they're going to be able to move back hard. There's the block. I don't think he was too happy about the block here. He just made sure Keith Ingram was not going to be able to continue this race. So pit road will be wide open. River Page is in. Malone, Schmidt, Wilkerson, all in as well. And from what we're hearing, this could get them to the end. Not exactly sure on what the fuel situation will be. No, we're not hearing this should be the last stop unless we get under the caution. So it will be a tire shaving race. But the worry is, what has the lap time fall off been? It hasn't been that drastic, despite us not seeing a super long green flag run. So Aiden Walker will take hold of the lead. James Thurston, Eladam Contreras, and Jacob Malone will be up inside the top four. Love the racing you see right now. Get ready. We have a lot more of it. We're excited for what is next to come. Another Kansas race. That's with the NASCAR Xfinity Series, followed by racing with the NASCAR Grassroots Truck Series, that coming from Homestead Miami Speedway, and then Super Formulas to round out the fourth race. 53 laps to go. We'll get the one to go here. Thurston will jump to the outside, Walker to the bottom. Contreras will be toe-to-toe with Malone. Toyota Chevy back in row number 3, Chevrolet Lockout, row number 4. And there may have been a technical issue with Chase Schaefer, and that's why you don't see him up front with racing to come. Gavin Austin has been given the L5 penalty for right hooking the 01 of Keith Ingram on the front stretch, and that will take him out of this race. He will be allowed back for the NASCAR Xfinity Series race. That will be at the conclusion of round number 1. Time to try it again. Thurston, Walker, Malone, Contreras. Schmidt, he's lined up with River Page, Delgado, Beck, DeAngelis, Wilkerson, Cootie, Barry, Murphy, and you got Mitchell lined up just inside the top 14. 52 laps to go from Kansas. for third. Jacob Malone drops back. William Schmidt finds a way through. There goes Page. Sideways with Beck. And I believe that was Heladon Contreras. Beck in the wall. Contreras still sideways. He keeps it rolling straight. So does River Page. We stay green. Schmidt's there. Malone's watching on. Andrew Cooney in the 7th position. Contact made. He's going to go sideways. Fresh tires and an opportunity to make up spots. All at hand here at Kansas Speedway. DeAngelis, the biggest winner of the restart. He's up to 6th. Thurston looking to track down Ada Walker. Austin Mitchell, Christian Delgado. Another fierce battle back to turn 3. Alexander Valderas watching from the inside lane. DeAngelis P6, Jacob Wilkerson P5. Malone into the 3rd position. What do you have if you're James Thurston? Another move to the bottom. He always loves trying to make up that time on the inside. It's that itch, little by little. We want to thank Eric W. for dropping the 5 gifted memberships. Did see that early in the stream. That will not go unnoticed. Very grateful indeed. Watch Thurston again. What it's forcing Walker to do is run that inside lane and take the air off the nose. Matter of fact, he just did it there. Now does it prompt the 93 to the outside? William Schmidt's not waiting. Top side move. Not what he wanted. I think the issue with the 93 is if he gives the middle lane to James Thurston, he knows that's where he gets the big run. Opportunity striking again. Thurston inside, Walker outside. Schmidt, Malone, Wilkerson, DeAngelis, the top 6. 46 remaining. The thing about Walker is he's so good defending. He can put the rear end of his car in a position that's very tough for Thurston to make a move on. Look at how he crowds him down into turn 3, not trying to give him any room for a mistake. Chevy on forward, 45 to go. Schmidt inside with the Toyota. Malone, how about this run for Jacob Malone in the 3 machine? Switchback inside. Has position on William Schmidt. Any clear? That's the question. And no, he can't. Chevy, Ford, Toyota, all 3 manufacturers lined up in the Fast 4. 44 laps remaining. This 1.5 miles is tough. Walker in second. Man, just fights to the outside. Does a great job of getting the launch through the center of the corner and carrying that momentum down off. But I got to give it to Thurston. He's one of the only drivers that has really found a way to make the inside lane work. I think he's going to make it work right here. 43 laps remaining. Late break. Toe-to-toe for the race lead. Toe-to-toe for third. Schmidt and Malone. Malone has to yield. Thurston crowds Walker to corner entry. Bull got loose through the center. Aiden Walker will take the race lead back. Here comes William Schmidt, 3 wide for the top spot. The 2 for 1 and locks it in. William Schmidt, race leader from Kansas. Oh, but not for long. Thurston steals it from them both. It's Ford leading the way to turn 3. If you know how to carry momentum, it's going to go your way every single time. Malone, top shelf. Right up near the wall. Matter of fact, he gets into it. Back toe-to-toe with a familiar competitor. And then you have James Thurston, who leads the way. Give him maybe 2 car lengths, maybe even more. Lap traffic will be a burden to the Ford machine. But with 40 laps to go and we're reaching the halfway point of this race, it's Ford that powers away. And the question goes to what can Chevrolet and Toyota can do. Every time we see these guys race, just when you think it's all over, someone's going to lock in, they're going to take control of the event, they're going to maintain pace. Here comes a third driver, or that driver they were just battling with, to go toe-to-toe, wheel-to-wheel, and just let them have it. William Schmidt in the 4th position. Can't seem to find a way around the Jacob Malone 3. Remember how I said earlier in the broadcast, most drivers said the outside lane was going to be the way to go. From what we're seeing, it's coming down to driver preference. Whether it's the inside lane, it's the middle lane, it's the outside lane, whether it's up near the fence, maybe just a 1.5 feet off the wall. It has made this track very racy. Very exciting to watch. Here's Connor Murphy going toe-to-toe with Alexander Balderas. Balderas a lap down. Josh Berry watching on with Christian Delgado. How about Delgado with this run? He's up to the 7th position. Knows he has a fight in this match. Inside of Connor Murphy. Bow ties will get ready to go at it. 37 to go. Watching on with Jacob Wilkerson. A couple of times we came to Kansas, we thought Jacob Wilkerson was going to be the guy to get his first win here. And a couple times when it just looked like it was going to be him, someone closed it out. The most notable one, William Schmidt, who is now dead in front of that 43 machine. And the question has to be asked, can Jacob Wilkerson find victory from the Heartland? He sits just about in the 4th position. Jacob Malone grabs the outside wall. Here's William Schmidt. Schmidt side by side with Aiden Walker. William Schmidt will run back into the 2nd position. I think he's going to be the toughest competitor for James Thurston. You got to look at how James Thurston is running this race, how he's been running so far today. And you realize William Schmidt is another guy that can figure out how to carry momentum through the corners, really use it well off exit. I think as long as we have a couple laps coming under the belt, that 79 may give a fight to the 4. And the question also comes out, what if we see another caution? We've had 2 in this race. And we're just past halfway. We're coming to 34 to go this time by. If you are James Thurston, do you save? Is there a tire issue? Do you think you have to manage tires? And look at the lineup that we have right now on the left side of your screen. Remember these drivers. They're all coming back for the 2nd race. That's Xfinity. Now that's going to be a 60-lap outing and going to be a complete night race. The track's going to be a little bit quicker, and I think the outside lane may be a little bit more dominated. So see how these drivers run here with the Next Gen, then with the NASCAR Xfinity Series, and you're going to see quickly in our night in America, certain drivers prefer certain cars, including as races go on. There's River Page. He's banking on a yellow. Once again, he was involved very early in the restart. Runs right in front of the Aiden Walker machine. Wilkerson at the bottom. For the ones joining on in, if you want to have a fifth race tonight, drop a like on the stream. You know what? If we come close to 300, we may just get a fifth race, because I know we haven't been able to stream as much and traveling all over the place. We're coming to the end of my 2024 broadcasting season. Matter of fact, just called my last race in Michigan, the state of Michigan, for the year. And I start looking at it, I'm like, well, I got one more Indiana race left. I got one more, no, check that, two more Tennessee races that may have a Florida race. So we're coming down to the end of this, and I would love to get NR Night in America back in the swing of things, almost like how it was very early in the spring. Well, don't look now, but Jacob Wilkerson has found his way into the second position. Just when it looked like William Schmidt was going to have what it takes to go up there and fight with the James Thurston 4, Wilkerson comes in and makes up time just the way he likes it. Shovel, Christian Delgado. Hard into the outside wall, the caution will wave. And the question will now come up. Did he have help? A lot of damage to the right front of the 13. We'll be ready to try it again. Let's take a peek. He's been going at it with Connor Murphy the last 10-15 laps. He just overcorrected right in the middle of the field. Pit road, it's wide open. This is where you expect it to be money stop time. Thurston, Wilkerson coming on in. Walker, Malone, Schmidt, and others looking at an opportunity. Right side's up. We've seen the two tire stops work before. Does it work this time for others? 4 tires for Aiden Walker. James Thurston will win the race on pit road. Wilkerson, Malone, Josh Berry lining up the top 4. Time to get ready for the restart. We'll be ready to try it all just once more. Do you possibly think we'll see another caution? Does it go green the rest of the way? 3 yellows within the first, let's say 50 laps of this race. And you still wonder maybe if another one can come out. Now there are less drivers racing as due to incidents, them retiring. Daniel Mosteller getting one of his laps back. We'll get the lights off this time by. It's the one to go. Wilkerson trying to be the late race driver to make a move. Andrew Cooney outside wall incident there with Connor Murphy. And we will have to delay the green. We'll see what that was all about. So Goody was not going. Walker came up. Watch again. I would not be surprised Some are going to think this is a joke. This is definitely not a joke. You saw Walker come up not realizing Cootie was on the move. What Andrew Cootie sometimes does under yellow is he goes ahead and he starts texting. I would not be surprised if that's exactly what we just saw there. Lights off on top of the pace car, the one to go. Ford, Toyota, row number 1. Chevy on Chevy, row number 2. And then you got Chevrolet on Chevrolet, that's back in row number 3. So instead of restarting with 27 left on the tower, we're going to have 26 left. James Thurston, Jacob Wilkerson, all ready to go back green. Time to roll. Can James Thurston hold on, or what can Jacob Wilkerson do to fight? Very outside of Malone. Walker is there, spinning back half of the field. Thurston gets clear. Jacob Wilkerson, Malone to the outside, toe-to-toe for second. One spinning off the nose. May have been Jackson Buys. That's the thing, these single car incidents, including late in the race, you're not going to always get a call for it. Wilkerson in third, Walker in fourth. Berry, P5, Wayside. Six, Berry in fifth, Walker P4. Malone is there, he's right to the back end. Makes a move, closes in. Malone to the bottom of Thurston. 22 laps to go for Kansas. Walker, Berry, Schmidt, DeAngelis, 4th, 5th, and 6th. Thurston may have just gotten to the wall. That's where he's going to lose that time. That's where Malone can make it up. Malone, top end. Does Thurston shut the door? $21 to go. Walker on the bottom. Berry on the outside. Race for the win. Race for the lead. Jacob Malone made the lunge to the bottom to lock in the top spot. 20 to go, and here comes Thurston back on the inside. And Malone make it work. He's got it. Malone off turn 4 will retake the race lead. Thurston back to the top of the racetrack. $19 left in the race. Chevrolet takes it over from Ford. Fight on for the 5th position. Schmidt and Josh Berry. Watches on from 6th. Thurston P2. He doesn't want to go down just yet. But now the worry will be if Thurston goes toe-to-toe with Malone, what does Jacob Wilkerson do in the 3rd position? Does he make up the time or does he let it slide? Fourth and 5th, also under a second. Aiden Walker, William Schmidt. Walker in 4th, Schmidt in 5th. Josh Berry, Frank DeAngelis, 6th and 7th. River Page, Zachary Truel. That is for the 8th and 9th positions. Contreras, Jolson. 10th and 11th, way back. Malone's got company. Thurston. Oh, he thought about getting it on the bottom. Couldn't get him on that end of the speedway. He's giving him a fight. You got to give him that. Well out of the throttle, down to the 1 and 2. Nearly creasing the wall. The problem with Malone is now he's having a mirror drive. He's had opportunities to go out and get big wins. But when you have Thurston breathing down your neck, then all of a sudden you start losing pace. You're worried about keeping that driver behind you. But the real worry is going to have to now come from Jacob Wilkerson. He's just half a second back. And as long as they go toe-to-toe, he will have a shot in this race. Thurston top of the racetrack. Malone back to the bottom. Nose out in front for the Chevrolet. Now does he mirror the move from 1 and 2? Contact for the leaders. Malone won't be shaken up. He led that lap. It's going to be a fight all the way to the checkered flag. And Wilkerson is on the scene. He's 3/10 back. Give him 2.5 car lengths. Thurston is just throwing haymakers right now at the 3. But in doing so, he has allowed the 3rd, 4th, and you can even throw William Schmidt in this to close on in. Thurston inside, Malone outside. Try it again, Malone's in the wall. James Thurston will retake the lead at turn 3. Try to do way too much. Off corner exit. And you don't want to block the 3rd or 4th place driver too much. Because usually when Thurston gets away, it's nighty-night. What can Jacob Wilkerson do late in this race? Malone holds on to the 2nd position. Closes in. But is the damage going to affect his opportunity? Sticks on the board. 11 to go. Top 4. Under half a second. Malone jumps top. Wilkerson to the inside. Malone into the outside wall for the 2nd time in 3 laps. Wilkerson goes to 2nd. Walker goes to 3rd. And now the question is, can the STP 43 close it out in the heartland? Toyota versus Ford, 10 to go. He's got the speed. Catching Thurston, that's one thing. Passing James Thurston, that's a whole other set of issues that you may not have enough time to find a way and find a solution on how to do it. Top three, nose to tail. Schmidt out of the question. He's going to need a caution. Great comeback from River Page. He's in 6. Wilkerson outside. He gave it maybe 10 feet off the wall, maybe even more. He's lifting a lot earlier than James. But Thurston still gets a really good launch off exit. I think Wilkerson's just got to trust his equipment a little bit more. Obviously, that's James Thurston in clean air. Wilkerson in dirty air. The braking points are going to be completely different. Now you sit, now you wonder, 8 laps to go. Wilkerson saw the bottom. Lap machine, the 01, Keith Ingram. Bottom of the racetrack. He's there, he just can't make the move that he wants. And you wonder if Aiden Walker, if he could possibly close in, will that allow Wilkerson maybe to make a move? Maybe will the drafting, the pushing, the shoving, can the opportunity come about? He's got to move inside of 1. Swings back to the top of the racetrack. Momentum being carried by the Toyota. He's got to go to the bottom. This time by. There's the lunge. Thurston to cover. Wilkerson still couldn't hold on. Slams the door on Ada Walker. 5 to go. That's heads up. Going from fighting for the lead, realizing if you allow the 93 to go, your race could have been done right there. Closes to a 10th, maybe less. Another shot to turn 3. Thurston takes the bait. .2 the advantage. Everyone's thinking, gotta go, gotta go, gotta go. Malone needs a yellow. Walker needs Wilkerson to make another bold move. Thurston's in the wall. Advantage 43. Move to turn 3. Oh, he just wants to touch him. See how he just creeps up the racetrack. Walker's there, back to the wayside. Wilkerson crossed the bow, locked the door. Out of the gas. Allows Thurston to pull away to 3 tenths. And that could be it unless James makes another mistake. Just don't know if the 43 can make up that time. You see he's building tight off exit. 2 to go. An opportunity for a win. It may come once in a stream. It could come once every month. For some, it comes every single race. For Wilkerson, you question when the next opportunity for a win may come. Same with Jacob Malone, as we'll wave the white. Salamanca, 1 to go from the heartland. It's Ford leading the way of Toyota and Chevy. Aiden Walker looks at the rest of the schedule, says, race 2, that could be mine. Race 3, that could be mine. But everyone wants to win the first. When you go through the rest of the night knowing you had an opportunity to win, and when it presented itself, you executed before anyone else could. James Thurston will do that as he goes victorious from Kansas Speedway. Thurston wins race 1. Wilkerson, Walker, Malone, Page, Schmidt, they'll all line behind the driver of the number 4. And our night in America, feeling victories all year long, as Ford will grab its first victory of the night. Once again, everyone that's tuned on in, we're not done just yet. I know there's a lot of sporting events going on tonight, but I couldn't hold back. We had to have another stream. I was itching for another stream. So glad we're all here, having the opportunity to stream, go live. We may have a YouTube video coming out next week. Keep that in mind. Thurston wins. Burns down the house in the process. Let's go ahead and talk to your race winner. After a while, a couple of laps, we'll be ready for that second race. You love that call? Thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoyed that call. For the ones that don't know, Renner Night in America is a great opportunity to learn new things, try new calls in preparation for the in-person broadcast. James Thurston, what a win.
Hey, John.
What a win it was. You had to fight for it, but what were you able to do late to keep them behind you?
I mean, honestly, I think I should have pulled away a little bit more than I did there. I think I stayed too committed to that bottom, but I mean, we pulled it off. We won a race 1 finally after a long time. We brought back the car that won like 3 in a row. I'm so happy to finally get another, early stream win in NR. We brought back this paint scheme and respect mapped it a lot, and obviously the luck it brought has helped.
Wow. It was exciting to see what you were able to do in those closing laps. The outside lane, it was the dominant force, but that inside lane came in. And I don't think a lot of people expected that. Was this update, or was it just how the track conditions were that allowed the inside and middle lane to really work?
The bottom wasn't as good as it should have been, to be honest with you. It still killed the right front. But no, that was no update or anything. This car has done this here for a while. It's just a matter of what you're able to kind of do with it. I don't really like ripping the top with this car here, just because it gets so tight, especially when you're behind someone. Which is, I started running it in the last few laps, and you immediately saw Wilkerson go from on my bumper to like 20 car lengths back. I mean, maybe not 20, maybe like 5, but it's just a big thing of just positioning your car where you're not going to burn the right front.
Wow. Well, it's going to be interesting to see what you can do for the rest of the racing. Now, obviously, we're going to go Xfinity Series racing next up. This will be a night race. What are some of the changes we can expect?
Loose, a whole lot looser. Instead of the right front, you're going to want to save the right rear. That's the way I like it. But yeah, we'll see if we can bring the same speed into that race that we did here. I wasn't really sure we'd have this much speed here. I thought we'd be pretty quick. Maybe not this quick, but I'm glad for it. It definitely it's nice to win one of these things again. And Yeah, I know you weren't a big fan of this paint scheme back in the day, but we brought it back anyway.
It's
We
growing on
redid
me.
it a little.
It's growing on me little by little. Just maybe because I'm used to seeing it.
I
do like the
did
Kevin
make
Harvick
some parts of
cars,
it more chrome.
Okay.
I did make some more parts of it chromish and spec maps a lot prettier. And we put a little base on it to kind of look like that special color they have on the Mustang Dark Horse. I tried to go for that a little bit, which you can see in the sunlight some. Yeah, I'm just glad to win this for Power Smash Infinity Speed Motorsports, and we'll see if we can bring it home with the Xfinity car here.
Who is on that team per se?
Really, it's less of like a big team like some guys have in NR and like in esports and stuff. It's more of just, it's really just like me, River Page, and sometimes like Mason Moriarty, Brandon Dugan. It's more of just like a, I don't know. It's just a fun name that we like to go under.
Well, we do have the next session up. We're ready to go racing here for the second race. Any other races tonight that you're really looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to Homestead. I don't know.
Was waiting for that. Was waiting for you to walk into that answer.
Yeah, I think that if the Xfinity car does well here at Kansas, I vote that we let the chat decide if we should do Xfinity
Trucks
there.
or Xfinity? We can do that.
Yep.
The drivers will have to be very vocal on it in the chat. Like, I would have to see the drivers be very, very vocal, because we will move trucks to Xfinity, but yeah, that's if it's going to put on a better product, because some viewers love the truck series. I love the truck series. I've been watching the truck series consistently nonstop, so keep that all in mind. All right, we're ready to go racing. Excited to have you back, James. Excited to have NR Night in America back. Now there's a little bit of a hiatus. The broadcasting season is coming to a close, though. We're almost done. We are almost done. I believe my last call November, right before the championship. I'm not sure if there's anything going on at New Smyrna this year for myself, but on the schedule, I believe it will be November, my last call, which means NR Night is going to be consistently coming out from now until hopefully the end of the year. What are you looking forward to? What are some car track combos we should think of in the future? Drivers, viewers, you can go ahead and ask away as well in the chat.
I think that we need to maximize the Xfinity car as much as we can. Bring it to all the ovals, the short tracks, the big ones, anything. Maybe even some road courses. Maybe some road courses we haven't done before. We did do Spa.
Every oval. That's one thing I need to do. We need to hit every single oval. We have yet to do it. We're down to like 3. We haven't done the new track from Canada. We haven't done...
We don't need to do it.
Yeah, we do. We still need to hit every oval. Don't. Yes, we do.
I don't want to buy it.
That one, I'm trying to think. There has to be one more. Milwaukee, we have not done Milwaukee either.
I can't believe that. I honestly make that race for
Milwaukee. So originally I was going to do Milwaukee before I went over to call the truck race over the PA for it. The issue was that night that I think we were going to do it, I had to go out and, do some other things with work. So unfortunately was not able to do that. And now I don't know when we'll do Milwaukee because it's not on the truck's Xfinity or even ARCA schedule for 2025. So interesting. I don't know when the opportunity for Milwaukee will come up again. I know there's some other ones because we've gone over it before. So I think it's Milwaukee. It is that new Canadian track. Slinger. Boom. Slinger. Haven't done Slinger. I know Winchester's coming out soon, which we will do for sure. And Winchester is a guaranteed going to happen. And we'll continue to monitor what is next to come. Obviously, when Berlin comes out, we'll be doing that as well. So a couple of grassroots short tracks we still have to hit before the next opportunity comes up. But we'll keep it in mind. All right. Full house. That's 2 races in a row. We've hit a full house right away. Thurston, do you think the odds of winning here are just as high as last?
Yeah, I definitely do. I think that we're going to have a lot of speed here, and this is a really, really fun combo now that since they updated it. Whether I win or lose, I know it's just going to be a lot of fun to race anyway, so just glad to be here and glad to win race 1.
What about the 60 laps? Are you worried about that? Is that too high, too low? Do we see strategy as an opportunity with 60 on the board?
I think that should be a number that we could make with 1 pit stop, so I doubt that there's going to be a whole lot of strategy going on. The only strategy would take place... Yeah, well, even then, you can make it in 1 stop. You're just going to stretch it to the end and pit, but I think that the only strategy you'll see is if we get a lot of yellows. Actually, you know what? I think we might be able to make it. My field might just be off, but we might be able to make it on one tank. But yeah, we'll see what happens here. Hopefully we don't have too many yellows to ruin the racing, because it's a lot more fun in a long run than a short run. But yeah, can't wait.
Well, we're going to continue to keep the eyes peeled on everything going on. This is the opportunity to listen to Drivers Race fans. James Thurston won race number 1. And this is where we tiptoe around and hear what other guys have to say. You know what? Let's bring in Frank DeAngelis. Why not? Frank, welcome Xfinity Series Racing to round 2.
Yo, what's up?
You always yawn. I think you do that on purpose. You purposely yawn in every single interview.
No, I'm tired. I woke up at 9 today thinking I was going to go work at the track. And then I was getting ready.
You're getting ready to rock and roll tomorrow, though.
Yeah, right before I left, my boys texted me, hey, they canceled it. See you at 8 a.m. tomorrow. So we got our show premiering at midnight. So I don't know how much sleep I'm gonna end up getting.
Okay, well, I want to point this out. This is your first time working on the short track scene. What's one thing that has blown your mind that you didn't think it was like before?
I kind of had a feeling of what it was, but the main thing is the hospitality.
Yeah.
At least the team I work for, they treat you like family, even though they're complete strangers. All the guys that we're parked next to, everyone treats each other with respect, joking around, helping each other. Unlike the higher level stuff, it's more of a local, like, you scratch our back, we'll scratch yours, like, helping out environment. That's at least by me. I don't know how it is everywhere, but I'd imagine it's like that in most places.
Heck yeah. Well, I gotta ask this: are your hours different than ours? Because there's sometimes we'll have 17-hour days. It feels like, from sometimes driving in and also driving home, versus getting there, going all day, and then having to drive home. What are your hours like? I've had also 12, 14-hour days as well.
Wall is pretty good. Gates open at the pit gates open at 1. Grandstand opens at 4, and usually if there isn't any big events, the races are done by 11.
Wow.
So it's pretty good. It's a half-hour drive. I'm always home by midnight.
Usually you guys don't have to get there to the afternoon. I know that's sometimes how it works. I think with it's funny because when I did ARCA, and I sometimes still do ARCA events, they'll have me getting there around noon right before the drivers meeting, because I'll just be doing PA for ARCA, versus other short track events when I do Champion Racing Association, anything JEG CRA, there's arrival times at 8 o'clock, 8:30, and we'll be done packing up by like 10 o'clock, 10:30. And it's just like, where did the day go? You know? Have you experienced that yet? Have you had that opportunity?
There was one race where I think 5 divisions were racing, and it was all normal races, but the tour mods for us had a 125 lapper. There was a couple red flags, a lot of yellows. I didn't get home until 1:30.
Wow.
I was also I sucked.
So you haven't had a 3 a.m. yet? Soon you'll get it.
Oh man. Yeah. I was actually excited to tell you, but what I was talking about earlier, it's looking better, so hopefully I'll be around at more tracks next year. So hopefully not, I get those very rewarding pull into my driveway at 2:30 at night kind of days.
Oh yeah, I very much know how that feels. Well, you ready to rock and roll for this race? Good luck.
I'm ready to get wrecked in lap 1 like what happened at the last one.
And that is Frank DeAngelis. Let's see if he's right, ladies and gentlemen. I want to say thank you to everyone that's dropped a like in the stream. We're down in the last 20 seconds. Let's hit up Christian Delgado. Delgado, unfortunately, you're involved in an incident. They're in the first race at Kansas, but it's a Kansas doubleheader. We're here for the second one, and are you ready to go racing?
Yeah, I'm ready. I mean, so our home track down, and I was really bummed out. Like, we got up to about the 5th, 6th spot there, and wish they kind of got ran over there. But as Thurston said in the other interview, car's loose. You're about keeping the right rear underneath you, and hopefully keeping this car not wrecked. That's kind of the goal for this race for us.
Is it a quick adjustment or an easy adjustment excuse me, hard adjustment, quick adjustment, easy adjustment from that of the next gen?
I mean, they definitely drive pretty differently, and just because with the next gen, I feel like there's just a lot more grip you can take from that car compared to the Xfinity. You kind of have to let the Xfinity car give you it versus the next gen, where you can kind of manhandle it, and yeah, you will burn the tires a little bit more, but you can kind of drive it in a lot harder and have it stick. Versus if you do that here in the Xfinity car, you're gonna go off sailing in there and probably kill someone. So.
Oh. Well, it's gonna be interesting to see how that happens. Less cautions, more cautions. You look at this field. What do you think?
I mean, the Xfinity car is a little bit more trickier to drive, especially at night where it's loose. So. If we can keep it straight out of 2 and out of 4, where we're probably going to be loose, then I feel like we can keep it pretty green here. I feel like the Xfinity car is pretty one of the more cleaner cars here in NR, so hopefully we can keep it green.
It'll be exciting to see exactly how it all rolls. Only time will tell as we get ready to see the green flag. Mason, Schaefer, Thurston, Burrows, Benton, Counts. I believe that's how you say his last name. Newcomer to NR Night in America. I believe it's Counts. Look at the driver sitting in 8th. Everett Counts, I believe that's his last name. Christian, you're going to help me out with that.
Everett Counts?
Are we going to all stick with Counts until he tells us what his pronunciation of the last name is? It's interesting because all year I've been traveling to different areas where last names would just change. You know, you head up there, Wisconsin, it's pronounced a little bit different. Versus in Michigan, Indiana, Tennessee, even down in the south of Georgia and Florida. I think we're going to go with Counts, so we're ready to rock and roll. Excited to see what is next for you, Wilkerson. Good luck.
Thank you, John.
And he will line up in. Basin, has the internet been fixed? Question mark in the air.
It was. Then hurricane hit.
Oh,
and
boy.
so it's not as bad as it was.
You know,
honestly,
our internet's a little bit spotty too, I'm not gonna lie.
It's not really a thing of, it's Spectrum that's having a big issue. Like, some people like Malik Bray, he has the same provider as me. We both have the same plan and we both blink out. So it's kind of just Spectrum trapped in the bag, which I can't really do much about. I got fiber. I got a gig up and down.
There you go.
And I still blink. That's the word. I got the most annoying part.
Well, I'll tell you this, we're going to get ready to go green this time by. We're always excited to see what you can do, including with the Red Bull coming back on. Brand new scheme?
Yeah, I saw it, and I was like, maybe I just throw it back to my older days.
Heck yeah. Excited to see what you can do. Good luck.
Appreciate it.
Let's say those magical words. God, speed drivers. You are a go for Throttle Up. Well, the first race from the Heartland was in the day. We are now under the lights with NASCAR Xfinity Series Racing getting ready to commence. Chevrolet and Toyota will lead us down to green, so we'll light the fuse for the second time tonight from Kansas. River Page to the outside, spinning very deep in the field. Not enough to warn a yellow. Page in second to the outside. Will lead lap 1. Basin in the middle, Mosteller on the bottom. 3 wide for the race lead. Anthony Burrows watching on for 5th. Loves racing with these drivers. You always notice Burrows comes in with the NASCAR Xfinity Series stock car. The best always drives with this machine, and the outcry has been for viewers to enjoy this car a lot more just because it produces such great racing. Most led that lap. Mason top end knows if he gets into clean air, it's going to be tough to keep up with him. He was wild the throttle. He almost got the rear end of the wall. Mose fighting back. Lane Sanders contact in the rear. May have been with Gavin Austin. Basin leads. 3 different leaders, 3 different laps. James wants a hat in the ring. Inside of River Page. River Page once again looks to be a clear favorite to win just the last race. Unfortunately was involved in an incident. Did make up time to rally inside the top 6. Wants what he can, including with what's on the board. 10th and change. Most in a second. Page and Thurston. Page to the top end. Thurston on the bottom. Will single file out. Bryce Benton up to the 6th place spot. Benton on the move inside of Anthony Burrows. I think Burrows has got to be scratching his head. Bryce Benton showing up here to race. He's got big dogs and big names in front of him. He's getting the TV time he's been longing for. P5. Mason, the race leader, hasn't pulled away to the amount many expected. He's still very much the race leader. He's got a car length on that of Daniel Mosteller. He's got company of River Page and James Thurston. And you look at Bryce Benton, you look at Anthony Burrows, and they're also still in that single file range. I go a little farther back and I see Douglas Newbigging. This is a driver that doesn't win often at NR9, but when he does, it almost reminds you of a driver that you expect to go out and race well, to win, to run hard, be quick, be elegant. But there's also times where Douglas Newbigging goes out there and you're thinking to yourself, how did he make that mistake? That's not a mistake that you see out of a driver of his magnitude. He also races on the dirt scene up there in the Northeast, the New England side. Keep an eye on Newbigging because he will have a breakout win. And usually when he does win, it's here and there, and he gets it done. The whole head of steam. James Thurston inside of Dylan Mason. Fight for the top spot. Burrows has made his way under Bryce Benton. Benton in the wall, goes around in front of the field. May have just took it out of the machine. And the caution will wave, it's Frank DeAngelis. That's a lot of damage on the 69. Well, he said it would have come on lap 1. I believe he was about 7, 8, 9 laps off from that. Caution is out on the Speedway. And we'll see what all started. And Ben was on a roll, and he's still one of those guys that are out there learning, he's trying to figure out this car and what he can do. Yeah, you saw he was trying to fight Burrows. Burrows just got a little loose. And nowhere for Frank DeAngelis to go. Watch again. I think it was netcode. Burrows got loose up the track, but Ben was really sliding the rear end, tearing the tires up. And I don't think Frank's going to be too happy about that run. Caution is out for the first time. 50 laps to go. Pit road, it's wide open. Toyota, Ford, Chevy, Toyota. Work their way off pit road, and with 50 laps remaining. Opportunity at a So we'll prepare for yet another restart in this race. We'll get ready to see what will be next. Basin, Thurston, Mose. All ready for the restart. Lining up, ready to try it again. We'll be ready to go back green. Basin, Thurston, Mosteller, Page, Couts, with Newbigging, Walker, all lining up, ready for the restart. Looks like they are not able to get it going or figure it out in the middle of the field, so we'll get ready for the restart. For the next lap around, they're going to delay the start. Still trying to figure out who's got to go where. And it looks like they'll get it sorted out this time. Ford, Toyota, with the Chevrolet and Toyota back there in second. The one to go is ready to be displayed. Let's get ready for the restart from Kansas. Toyota versus Ford. Chevy versus Toyota. Can Dylan Basin open it up? Can James Thurston go back to back? 47 laps to find out. Back green from the heartland are the lights from Kansas Speedway. Basin clears down off turn 2. Thurston, fighting with Mosteller. He'll single file out. Red Bull leads. Thurston at the bottom. He's got position on, looking late on that right rear. All these drivers are talking about how loose they get with the right rear tire. It's slippery, it's fun, it's exciting, which is why they want to go to Homestead with the Xfinity Series car. But at the same time, it's going to show that the best will have to prevail. Basin leads. Thurston nearly 2/10 back. Schaefer, Couts, Newbigging, Aiden Walker, Jacob Wilkerson. All looking for a way through, sneaking through. Everett Counts back to 6. Mosteller has pressure. Chase Schaefer. Schaefer has been chasing that tailpin most of this race. Wants to find a way around the Mostellar machine. Mechanical issue. They're in round number 1, looking to rebound in race 2. 43 to go. Well, James has been so good so far tonight. He ran 80 laps to near perfection. He's got 60 laps in this race, and he's already out there dueling for the lead. The only difference is what he got used to with the Next-Gen is now having to be relearned with the Xfinity Series stock car. And mainly because he talked about in that interview, the right front wears a lot more on the Next-Gen, where you have to save that compared to the right rear of the NASCAR Xfinity Series stock car. So the adjustment factor comes in where you have to rely more on that right rear, then driving it in deep and making sure you don't blow the right front. That's when we saw so many issues at the turn 2 wall of drivers looking like they just could not turn and they slammed the outside wall, versus the other wall hits we've seen so far in this race been rear end first. Keep that in mind. I think we're going to see a lot more of it. Top 4 under 4/10 of each other. David Bell dropping down the $2 super chat. David, want to say thank you so much for the support you have given me and other NASCAR content creators, as well as Eric W. Eric, I see you in the live chats over there supporting other NASCAR content creators, as well as the rest of the viewers that are hanging out with us on this beautiful Saturday night. Battle for the race lead. Mason, James Thurston. Got into each other on the backstretch. Mason will clear, Thurston will cross. Oh, tries to double back. One step ahead goes Red Bull. Both schemes shining under the lights. Mason holds on to the lead. James was so good with that move. He went to the inside. He allowed Mason to take the bait. He jumped back to the outside. But the 11 was just able to keep right with him. Any move that 96 was going to make, Dylan was able to hold on to. Now, a couple of these drivers, we found out if we were going to race on a Tuesday or Thursday, they were not going to be able to because of the hurricane that was coming and impacting parts of the state of Florida into Georgia and South Carolina, even a big part of North Carolina. All the thoughts and prayers are there with the small towns that were impacted by the flooding, including in East Tennessee. But with us moving a stream to a Saturday, a lot of these drivers are able to get power back and get the opportunity to go back green. Keep an eye on it. We're a little bit more lenient tonight on internet, including with those drivers in that part of the region, just because the upload and download speed is not back to its full strength. 38 to go, Schaefer. But I mean, he's all over Thurston. He is sealed to the back end of the Mustang. James, the drive Indy. Page back to 4th, Mostellar back to 5th. Thurston on the apron. Trying something different. 4 drivers under a blanket. Thurston to the bottom. Mason to the outside. Thurston's got a hold of it. Mason wants it back. Mason. Race leader once again for Kansas. And Chase Schaefer will get a shot. That's from James Thurston. Blue River Page navigating the bottom of the racetrack. Loves it, loves the moves. Very exciting to watch him work. Page is there. Thurston on the outside. You just see how loose that 96 is, how much he's loose in that right rear. Not able to make something work, connect the way he wants to. .34 laps to go. Schaefer nearly squeezed into the fence. Oh, he puts pace into the wall. Gives the bumper to the Toyota, and Ford will lead the way off turn 2. He's going to lay over for him. He's going to give the spot back. I don't think he wants to set a tone in this race that's going to be okay. Gives the position back to Basin, but in doing so, Toyota now leads from Kansas River. Page, top of the board. Mosteller to 5th. Lot traffic imminent. But mostly the top 6 are stuck under a second of each other. And oh boy, has it been racy. Now this is probably the race we should have made 8 laps. Wow. Under the lights from Kansas Speedway. What a race we have here. Lap time starting to fall off. Fastest lap time in this race has come from most of these drivers on lap 29. That was when we had the restart. That was around a low 31-second lap, or should we say a very high 39, 38, somewhere really in that ballpark. They're now dropping a 32-second lap time. That's nearly a second and a half drop off with 32 laps remaining. What's next? What can we work with? Here's Mosteller. He sits in 5th. Chase Schaefer is in 3rd. This time he's going to look to the inside of the Red Bull and make sure he doesn't give any type of bump to him. What's it going to be? Basin made it work on the bottom, had it clear down into turn 1. He's the fastest driver on the racetrack. Now what he's trying to do is he's trying to stay out in front and maintain pace. He wants to have full control of this outing. He saw Page doing just that. He knows if he can go out and he can maintain pace, not allow all these other drivers to make a move. And let's scratch that. He's coming to pit road. Strategy is on the board. Basin is in. And this is the best part of sim racing. You know, some say it's the wrecks, some say it's the close finishes, the high energy, the passion out of these drivers. I honestly think it's the strategy on pit stops, because you're going to see the undercuts, the overcuts, or in the NASCAR terms, long pit, short pit. But then you get the provisional leader, and then you get to see, okay, who won the race coming out of the pit road? Who's got the better tire wear? Who's saving? Who's pushing? That's all about to come in. Basin was just the first one to bite. Schaefer, Page. Daniel Mosteller, James Thurston. Thurston in 4th, Counts in 5th. Aiden Walker in the 6th position. 27 laps to go. Slides the rear end. Find what he can to make up the speed. Here's the fight for the race lead once more. River Page, 24. Chase Schaefer, 99. To the ones that have just started tuning on in, we say hello, welcome to NR Night in America. I'm John Ramos, the voice of this YouTube channel, the IDK Player channel, and the voice of NR Night in America. For the ones that are wondering why I haven't been streaming as much, well, the in-person broadcast. You know, I've been saying I've been working and stuff like that. It's hard to say work with broadcasting, because I have so much fun doing it. I don't think it actually feels like work, but it is a lot of hours being put in, from arriving early, being usually the last ones there, for media, for broadcasting, for pre-race entertainment, post-race entertainment, all of it in between. And actually, what's really awesome is the last race we had last week was on Racing America, Track TV, and on YouTube. So at the conclusion of this race, I'm going to put a poll up. If you want me to link to you my most recent broadcast that I have called, I can do so. It was a rain-shortened race. Here's a hint of what happened. There was a flip in it. Matter of fact, I made it into a YouTube short, and it was a very fun week there at Owasso Speedway. But yes, it's been more than just those one-day events. It's been Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or it's been Saturday, Sunday, or Friday, Saturday, and sometimes we'll be there on a Wednesday or Thursday for pre-race activities, for media, for post-race, getting out very late, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, getting home at 3 o'clock in the morning, or finding a hotel quickly at 3 a.m. to wake up at 8 or 9 and then drive the rest of the way. It has been a lot of moving parts, been traveling the United States a lot, so unfortunately, yes, there has been less of NR Night in America, but guess what? My off-season is coming, and as I did at the beginning of the year, you guys remember it, we did a lot of back-to-back streams. I think we're going to continue to do that, and mainly because, one, that got me ready for the in-person broadcast I had this year on schedule, because I had a lot of back-to-back events, and it did prepare me, and I want to keep that ready to roll, so when I get back to broadcasting in January, it's all systems go. But yes, if you want the link to my most recent broadcast, All Trouble 1 outside wall and spinning. And it will be an Alt F4. That was the 91. I think he made contact with the Couch machine. He did. That's a lot of damage there to the 38. That was Joel Smiley. That was involved in the incident. But since he did Alt F4, we get to keep it green, 21 to go. Racing on all ends. A lot of excitement left to go. Here's River Page, he's all over Schaefer. Trying to fight on different ends of the speedway. Now what's really cool, they actually have part of qualifying in there as well. That's something that I have to watch back on. I mainly just watched back on the race, but did find out that it was streamed on YouTube. Everything that I do through Owasso Speedway when I go up there is on the YouTube side, and it's the only Jeg Series All-Star Tour race that is on this platform. So we're going to keep it in mind. If you guys really want me to link it at the conclusion of this race, I will go ahead and do so. Mosteller inside. James Thurston in fourth. Aiden Walker in fifth. There's River Page. Fighting tooth and nail. Most did not look the best when it came in race number 1, but here in race number 2, it's been a complete flip of the switch. Schaefer's pulled away in nearly 7/10. Most fighting on the outside. I remember Dylan Basin did come to pit road. He is sitting in the 16th spot. And out of all the drivers that have come on in so far, he is on provisional lead once they cycle out. Now, coming down the lap times, it's going to be close if he or Chase Schaefer can get it done. But then you got to start wondering, there's Schaefer, he's now in view. Does this 99 car hold on long enough to have the fuel and the tires last, or does he have to make his way in at some point? Because Basin, he's 27 seconds back. We got one spinning of the grass. And that looked to be Aiden Walker, very much was. Hard hit to the outside wall. These drivers have requested to keep this race green. That's mainly due to strategy. They want to see how it can play out. Very rarely do you have drivers requesting for things of that nature. Most bottom side of River Page. Top side now the 24. While they do this, they've closed in on the Chase Schaefer 99. I talked about Mason being 27 back. He's now 26. Top 3 under a blanket. Page into Mose. $15 to go. For another move. Mosteller inside of River Page. Schaefer. Still wanting to hold on. 14 remaining from Kansas. They're just trying different moves, different grooves, inside part of the racetrack, outside part of the racetrack, middle of the racetrack. Mosteller in the wall. Doesn't lose too much time on Page. Page yields. Mosteller holds on. Schaefer has been the tough contender tonight. Holding on. 13 laps remaining. See him. He's laying on that right rear. All the talk was about, can you save the right rear tire? Can it work? Most top end. Page inside. Watching Chase Schaefer keep the rear of his car on the nose of that Chevrolet. 12 to go. Shuffling, swaying, trying different parts of the racetrack that may or may not work. Back to the top. Lot traffic in front of him. Moves to the inside. That's Keith Ingram. $11 to go. Most is there. And Schaefer, hold on. Fighting a loose race car. 10 to go. Chase is doing a great job of putting the 87 in positions that it's really tough for him to hold on to the car. But you see what Chase is having to deal with. He's fighting the same battles that Mose is doing, just in clean air. Ford, Chevy, Toyota, top 3. The first race under the lights from Kansas tonight. And it looks to be a race that we won't know who's going to win it until that final lap off turn 4. Schaefer and Page. Mosteller in 3rd. Thurston in 4th. New Bigging has cracked the top 5. Eight to go. He's looking. Chase well out of the throttle. Page is there. He's closing. Now it's about even. And you see Mose on the bottom. Just looking, wondering if indeed he can make it work. Page to the outside. Schaefer goes to cover. River Page squeezed near the outside wall. Does he get the lead? He doesn't. Throws the switchback to the bottom of turn 2. Schaefer showing if you're going to win this race, you have to go all in. A dicey track. A quick 60-lap race. And there's 4 drivers under half a second for the win. Thurston wanted to lay on him. Five to go this time by. Trying what he can. Lap traffic. Aiden Walker. Remember the 93 went down into the grass. Now he's going to dump dirty air on the nose of the 99 for the first time and give it 25 laps. Schaefer will have to deal with the effects and also fend off the hard chargers in the 24 and the 87. Schaefer leads, 4 to go. Ford on the bottom, Toyota on the outside with Chevrolet. 3 manufacturers in the top 3, 2 more blue ovals, make it 3, covering and waiting in the wake. Page to the bottom, that's a 3 and 4. Schaefer gives him the lane. It's gonna be tough, it's gonna be tight. You want great racing, you expect a good finish, always watch the Xfinity Series races and Enter Night in America. You are bound to get a classic outing. Lap traffic to the bottom, out of harm's way. Is Page willing to put the bumper to the 99? Or can Schaefer hold on for just 2 more laps? Thurston slides, drops out of contention. 2 to go. He's moving, he's on his horse. Page top end, watching on from Osteller. Switchback, inside, battle for the lead. Toyota on the bottom, Ford on the outside. River Page will slide his way into the race lead. Salamanca, 1 to go from Kansas. Now can he defend? Schaefer Catburn, top of the racetrack. Page with a wild send down from 1 and 2. What's next on the board? Last gas, 3 and 4. Schaefer 99 goes for the lunge. River Page will rip top and say thank you very much. River Page victorious from Kansas Speedway. Schaefer second, Mosteller third, Anthony Burrows with a late race run finds his way into 4th. Thurston 5th, New Bigging 6th, Wilkerson, Duggan, Jolson a best finish at 9th, and Josh Lilly will line him up inside the top 10. NR Night in America, feeling victories all year long, fireworks off in the distance. You wondered if he was going to get to him. You wondered if the opportunity was going to mount up. It did for some, but it also didn't for others. River Page brings Toyota a win in tonight's event. Second race of the night. Now the question is, do we go to Homestead with the Xfinity Series or the Truck Series? After you saw that, Race fans down in the chat below, tell me what you want and spam it. Keep typing it away. The most I see for either trucks or Xfinity will go ahead and be that. River Page, what a race, what a finish.
Oh man, John, that was a lot of fun.
That was really good. That was really good. Wow. So now I ask, Homestead, Xfinity, or trucks?
Oh man, I mean, I gotta go with Xfinity. I might be a little biased, but that is one of the most fun races that I think I've ever done.
I think it's one of the most fun races we've had in a couple months.
Yeah, that was really good. I did one of these on Thursday, and I just didn't like it. I was considering not doing this, and I mean, you know, I know some of the competition was having issues with lap cars, struggling with the grip, but man, that was a really good battle. I just I thought, you know, Chase is gonna have a little something for me at the end, but he just got his tires a little too worn out at the end. I'm pretty sure his right rear was at like 19%, so we were just really struggling for grip, but that was really fun. I thought eventually someone would, you know, pull away a little bit, but we ended up being right with each other. That was great.
It was. Well, it was a wild outing. Indeed, Toyota versus Ford. What made this car so different from the next gen on handling? Was it also day and the night cycle? Was that something different?
Yeah, it's just the way this car drives is just really up now. It's just all off the right rear. It's just really leaning on it. I mean, you can't even burn the right front if you want to. The next gen is just so tough on the right front, and if you're trying to save the right front, it ends up getting really loose. But this car is just loose the whole time. Like even at night when it's a little bit colder, which for some reason is grippier, but it doesn't even matter. It's still just super loose. So that whole time we were kind of, you know, while we were battling, we were just trying to keep the right rear from getting too hot. And some of us were, you know, Schaffer and Thurston were like probably 10 laps away from blowing a tire at the end, which is just insane. This is just really heavy on the right rear.
It was.
I think that's why it was so fun.
And we're excited to see the way that one ended. All right, I think it's time to start the polling, because after seeing that, you realize tonight has to be about great products, right? Can we give the viewers the best product, and can the viewers stick around for the best product? As much as I want to do trucks, as I love doing the truck series, Xfinity was huge, so...
Yeah, I think Homestead will be way better with Xfinity. I haven't done that combo in a really long time, though.
Now, the thing is, did they update the trucks at all?
I mean, they did, but, you know, they're still the trucks. It's still pretty similar to the racing product we used to get out of them, but the Xfinity car is gonna be like this, I think.
So you think it's gonna be? Oh, that's another thing too. It will be a night race.
Yeah, I think this car will definitely be better.
All right. Well, we're ready to see what mounts up when we get back going and looking, and it's right now a very Xfinity majority.
Yeah.
And we'll have to keep this in mind because we have to do trucks at some point. I love the truck series.
Hey, we got 3 days to do it.
There's no guarantee we'll have a second race. So there's no guarantee we'll have a second race for tomorrow or for Sunday. That will come down to possibly 200 likes on that stream if we get a second race. We'll be doing Talladega Nights. It'll be Next Gen at Talladega. And then we'll be doing 87s at Talladega, which will be a 19-lap duel and an 87-lap race. Ah, you saw what I did there.
Yeah, that was great.
So there's no guarantee of a second race because for community events, we usually have as just one race. It will come down to viewer engagement if we get that second race, and then if so, we'll have to go trucking for sure.
Yeah. I mean, the truck is definitely better after the update, but this car is just still unmatched in my opinion.
Okay, what is the difference between driving a truck versus an Xfinity stock car?
Well, the truck is just slower, and it has a lot more downforce, especially now with the way this car drives, so that it's like at Kansas, the truck is really just running the top and like flat out most of the time, so I really don't drive the truck that much. I think it's fun, but it's too dirty air, like, or clean air dependent, and it's just a little too slow. You know, you can run flat out at basically most tracks, not Homestead, but this car is better for like, it's more driver skill based, especially at the end, like how we were just sliding around like that. You don't really get that with the trucks, but this car is all about the driver controlling their car at the end of the race, which I think makes it a lot more fun.
That is without a doubt. Really excited to see what we got next. It's 50-50, but I hate to break it to you, the trucks is winning, and I think I gotta vote. Hey, every vote counts here, okay? I just want to point that out. Every vote does count. Matter of fact, I don't know if you just voted or not, because it's 55% now trucks.
Oh, jeez. Hold on. Oh, my gosh. This is a massacre, John. I can't believe it.
Okay, do we do Formula 1 for race 4, or do we do Xfinity?
No. For race 4 at Coda, dude, stick with the Super Formulas.
Okay,
I love that car.
Well, that is another
I mean,
thing.
you could do a vote, but I definitely don't put F1 in there. I don't think anyone has an
Well,
F1
F1
car.
is our Super Formulas. That's what I meant by Super
Oh, okay,
Formulas.
yeah, we should stick with that.
Okay, well, guess what? Good news for the viewers that want to stick with trucks, because we're going trucking from Miami. That is what is next. But Xfinity is going to be our gem coming this off-season. For the ones that don't know, I use the simulator a lot to get ready for in-person. And this year, I have not had too many in-person snooze fest races. There's been maybe a couple that have been really strung out, but they've been more about, I want to say, quality, like just strategy and tire saving versus just parade formation. And honestly, with how great the racing has been in person for me on the broadcasting side, it almost reminisces on how good the Xfinity races have been. So I might have to use the Xfinity Series on iRacing just to stay warm heading into January, where my 2025 season will commence, from what I'm hearing. From what I am hearing. Just want to keep that all in mind. Let's look. Let's see. Xfinity not going trucks will be a night race. What can we expect from truck racing?
Well, I mean, how long is it? What are you going to do?
50
40
laps.
50 laps? Okay. Well,
Or do we do 40?
I don't really... I think of the longer the better, in my opinion, especially if we have to pit for fuel. Like, I don't really wish we could get just one of these races to go to a green flag pit stop. That would be cool, but yeah, I don't know. I really don't do the trucks enough to know exactly how it's going to drive. I think there's probably going to be a lot of people trying to run the top the whole race. But it's probably just going to be a lot of tire saving too, so I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see indeed. Locking in. Yes, we are. Sessions up. Passwords IDK. This will be a 50-lap outing. This stream's been going by pretty quick, man, because we haven't had too many issues on the driver's side. Does that change, River Page?
I don't think so. I think the trucks are... That combo's pretty clean. I hope it will be. Yeah, I'm going to save the replay real quick. It might, I might be frozen for a second.
It's going to be fun to see. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Sessions up. Passwords IDK. Most, that's one way to make a comeback from round 1 to round 2. How was it?
That was a lot of fun. I hope we do more of that. That's 2 Xfinity races in a row. We put on a show. We had the Xfinity Michigan race last stream, and that was a blast to drive. And this was just as good, if not even better.
Well, heck yeah. It's exciting to see how you guys are able to mix and match. Now we're going truck racing. That will be the 3rd race of the night. But then you got that 4th race, and I'm going to be honest, we don't know how we're going to format it just yet on how that race will roll. Do you think we have to go out and do standing starts? If we do standing starts, do you think it'll be easy for everyone to follow along with? What can we expect if we do roll in that direction?
Oh, I think we should do a standing start. We've never done one before.
Never done a standing start race.
And the straightaway is long enough, so
And
we
then,
won't have an issue with people starting in the corner.
and then the question is, if it's going to be Formula 1, we have to have bump day. What's the biggest grid we should do? Should we do 25?
I wouldn't. I think 30 is fine.
30?
We got to remember that's the damage model on that.
That is
if you
true.
break a tire, you're done. So we don't want like 2 cars. The last time we did the Super Formula, only me and Bubbick finished. So I think we need a little bit more than that.
Okay.
So I think some more cars would be better.
I would say 30's our max. 30 has to be our max, right? 30's our max, so bump day can have some type of purpose. And let's say we only have 30 cars, then we have 30 cars, right? And then we would just shorten the 10-minute qualifying, because we'd probably jump right into qualifying and then go 10 minutes instead of having practice. From there, following up with the session, going for a standing start. I'm not sure how it will work, but it's probably going to work in some wild way. Homestead, 50 laps. Which tire wears the most here, the right front or the right rear?
I haven't done this in a while, so I don't know. If we were doing Xfinity, I would know, but...
One thing I will
truck guy,
note... Sorry, hate to cut you off. That was fully on me. One thing I want to note is, with us doing Saturdays, we were filling sessions out like crazy. We just filled this one out again in seconds. I think we have a combined, I want to say 20 seconds max from all 3 sessions before being filled out. Got to ask you, the racing tonight's been interesting. Do we have to consider Saturdays more for the future? Or this triple header weekend of a marathon?
Yeah, I hope we do more on Saturdays. I mean, personally, it doesn't really affect me, but yeah, we're getting pretty good crowd. So far, we've, especially at Xfinity Race, we've put on a good show, and it's been a lot of fun. And that's all I care about, fun.
Heck yeah. Juan Cobbs, Josh Silly, Joey Beck, all loading into the session. We haven't had too many cautions. I talked about this with River Page. Do we see multiple cautions coming out later tonight, or is this night going to be really just about the best drivers going out and putting on one heck of a show?
We're bound for a caution fest, whether it's this race or the Super Formula race. I think it'll be this race. I hope that we keep the Super Formula race green, because how are you going to officiate the restarts? And people are just absolutely crazy when you go into turn 1, and I don't think a lot of us really want to deal with a turn 1 send and just flat out chaos.
Well, that is true. That would be that'd be an interesting note, without a doubt. Well, here's the big news. We are jumping right into qualifying. We'll continue to keep up with different drivers. Marcelo, let's see if you grab a win tonight. I know some viewers want to see it. Good luck.
Thank you.
Let's go talk to Dean. How about this one? Dean Brummett. Dean, it's a beautiful Saturday night. How you doing?
All right, buddy. This is my my little birthday gift to myself this evening.
Really? Well, one, happy birthday.
Well, thank you.
But we know some drivers, you know, when they go racing, including the older drivers, late at night, whether it's a Friday night, not usually a Tuesday night because most have work or school the next day, but when we throw a Saturday night in there or a Friday night, you know, once it gets late, they have a couple beers, you know, they have some fun, they race. Are you one of those drivers that do that?
Nah, man. If I'm behind the wheel, I promise you I'm as sober as I can be.
Whether it's a sim or in person.
Exactly.
Amen. Boom.
I'm out here to try to win it. We may have those beautiful, delicious Stone Cold IPAs on the hood, but we save those for victory.
There you go. As I know some drivers, they do it on the simulator just a little bit. They don't do it in person. We do not condone doing it in person. We really also don't condone doing it on the simulator, because we've seen some drivers drive drunk and cause a big one at Daytona from what we found out. So, you know, if you're going to race, let's fully race with a full head of steam. Dean, once again, happy birthday. Did you see Xfinity at all for race number 2?
Dude, I did. I wanted to try to get in here for Cup, and I wanted to try to get in here for Xfinity, but little man just had other plans and some other things around the house, so I was able to at least get in here for this one. But my goodness, what an end to that Xfinity race! I mean, that is the power of multi-group racing.
It is.
It was a blast watching it, blast listening to you call it. Hopefully we can go be a part of another good one here, buddy.
Well, hopefully the call amplified the amazing racing. The goal is to continue to allow the sim side, you know, produce different techniques of broadcasting for the in-person. And, you know, you guys do a great job of putting on great races. Makes it easier to go ahead and call the action.
Yes, sir. Always, like I said, in our America, buddy, we're fueling victories on and off the track.
Oh, heck yeah. Always feeling victories. Always having some good fun. Let's see if Dean can find victory lane. Good luck.
Hey, thank you, buddy. Have a good night.
Hey, Bird's the word. Barbagallo, are you here at Homestead?
I'm here at Homestead.
Let's try it one more time. Barb, you have us.
Oh.
Yes, we do. We got him.
Jonathan.
We are
Yeah,
here
I got
at
him.
Homestead. There we go.
Home of Jonathan Ramos.
Now, which one did you vote? Did you vote Xfinity or did you vote trucks?
Drake told me to vote trucks, but I don't like trucks that much. I vote Xfinity.
I'm a truck fan. I think you should love trucks a little bit more. I'm a little biased. I'm always biased to trucks Homestead. You know why?
Why?
Gale. yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta love Gale. 2 minutes left on the clock. Where did you qualify by chance?
It's 11th currently. I'm still qualifying though.
Oh, Well, hey, Barb, we could see some big things out of you. Honestly, you've been pretty good with the truck series in times past.
Look at the Xfinity car here. Only in the day. I don't know why.
Not a night owl.
Not night owl. Sorry.
Well, we will see you cross the line. You'll go 15th.
Yeah, 15th.
A lot of changes still to become. Good luck.
All right, thank you, Jonathan.
That's Barbagallo, and we'll drop him down in the chat. You know, we haven't heard from DJ. Let's see what DJ's got to say. DJ, are you here in Miami with us?
You dragged the wrong person, dude.
No, I did not.
I'm DJ.
I know. I said, DJ, are you here in Miami with us? No, he is not. He is on a different game. No, we didn't get to see DJ race tonight. DJ, got to ask you, how's your night been?
It's been pretty chill.
He's shocked.
Just been vibing.
He's shocked he got dragged for an interview. Hey, I'm telling you, you got that pole at Daytona, okay? I told you you're going to get a couple more interviews coming.
Yeah.
We're going to go ahead and drag DJ back. Are you okay, DJ?
I just got a little jump scared. I'm too busy.
You know what? That is very common. I have to be a little bit more
treasure.
calm. That's on my end. We'll drag you back. That's DJ. Once again, he got a great, amazing pole there at Daytona. It shocked everybody. We're excited to see what he is able to do later on. Nick Hook, are you racing with us?
Yes, I am.
Yes,
What's
you
up?
are. How's Homestead?
It's fun. I've had a few to drink tonight, so I'm probably not gonna do that great.
Remember how we just talked about Dean Brummett, ladies and gentlemen, how he's not drinking and driving? Nick Hook, he is doing just the opposite. On the sim, we do not condone it in person.
Hey, guys, okay, listen to me. Don't drink in moderation, everyone. When I say I've been drinking, I've only had 2 drinks tonight, okay? But I just suck at iRacing anyway, so...
Well, okay. Well, that's one way to put it. We've had great fields all night long. We're ready to go back racing. We haven't had too many cautions. How do you play into this?
Honestly, a race of attrition right now. I'm just gonna try and actually get back into the rhythm of things. I want to start doing NR night a little bit more. I've been off for about like months at this point, so just get back into the groove of things. Don't expect to be Superman out there, but take what I can get, and we'll see how these races can get chaotic. So literally, it's a roll of the dice half of the time. So I mean, someone could do something stupid up in the front and could be there. Who knows?
It's going to be exciting to see how the rest of this night goes. We are confirming there is an EOL. That's for Gavin Austin. He was cheesing on his qualifying effort. That's coming from our admin group. And he'll be starting from the tail end of the field. Nick Hook, good luck.
Thank you.
Let's continue to chat with drivers. William Schmidt, I know you had fun in that last race.
I actually wasn't in the last race. I didn't make the session.
No. Well, you made this one, and let's be honest,
Yeah.
you've been really good when it comes down to Homestead trucks. I'm not sure exactly what it is with this car track combo, but it's just your way of racing.
Yeah, I don't really know what it is either. Homestead, despite the amount of times I've won here, I would honestly say it's one of my worst tracks. So I don't know what it is, but whatever it is, I'm happy it's working.
Wow. Well, we're excited to see how this one rolls. Okay, you're starting a little bit deeper into the top 10, not exactly in the first 2 rows. What's the move here? Do you ride around a little bit? Do we have to save tires, or is it going to be all systems go?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say for the first maybe 10, 20 laps, I'm going to probably focus on just saving tires, take what I can get. And I would say probably past halfway is where I'm going to start blazing to the front if possible.
All right. Well, gonna be a lot of fun to see how this one rolls. Anything you want to say to the viewers back at home before we go green?
Yeah, of course. Thank you guys for coming out. And yeah, I hope you've had some fun so far, and hopefully we'll put on a good show for you guys.
That's William Schmidt, ladies and gentlemen. Frank, he's already laughing before we go ahead and drag him. Frank DeAngelis, your laugh is contagious.
Yeah, what's up? What's up? What? Okay. I'm good now.
Well, you're starting up front. Great qualifying effort. We'll get the one to go next time by. How'd you get that truck up there?
A lot of kind of a mistake. I was 20 laps, just 20 laps. Just doing that. Tom's really well. And Brain 4 has been instilled in my brain from Road to Pro from 3 years ago. When I was racing car and former co-drivers in the track. So that's just instilled in my brain. Even though I didn't run good, I knew the line, but I didn't really have the skill at the time. But 1 and 2 was just pure luck.
Wow.
And I'm still a 10th all.
Really? Can we see a Frank win?
No, just like last race. Some little kid is gonna hang on a co-driver's right rear and wreck himself, and then say it's a racing incident and not even apologize for the car being wrecked out.
All right, we're used to statements like that from Frank. Really excited to see what you can do. Good luck.
Thank you.
Godspeed, drivers. You are go for throttle up. Welcome to round number 3 of the night. In the Angeles Outdoor Basin. Let's get ready to go green. Chevy on Chevy. Toyota on Ford. The first 2 races, we went green from Kansas. Now we're in South Florida for race 3. So without further ado, let's light the fuse and go trucking from Miami. Thurston left, oh trouble, spin, middle of the pack. Most of the middle of the field involved, caution's gonna wave. Jackson Carr, Gavin Austin, and others involved in the melee. Wow. Too many trucks trying to fit into one corner. It just did not work. Let's launch back. It really started when James hit the apron. Actually, let's throw that to the side. It may not have been off of just that. And you can see the 46, Vijaya Kumar. Sideways well before fully committed to turn 1. Head scratching moment. Let's watch again. Oh, he got up into Schaefer. And that's what started it. Caution is out for the first time here at Homestead. Multiple trucks already on pit road. You see Garrett Lucas, Juan Cobbs, Nicholas Hook. Others all on pit road. Chad Hornish, one of the drivers in, Zachary Truel. Eladam Contreras. I'm excited to head back to Homestead Miami Speedway this year. I've been going every year since 2009, bearing 2020. Matter of fact, for the ones that don't know this story, with 6 laps into the 2020 race, there was a red flag due to inclement weather. I was behind the racetrack. I drove by it, and I had my ticket. It's a very interesting story. I had my ticket, and I told myself, you know, if there's only 1,000 in the grandstands, and I know the capacity is way over quadrupling that, how could they say no to just one person? I was coming in, and before I could get anywhere near that front gate, there's a cop there, and he just started shaking his head. When I put up my ticket, I just walked the other way. So, I wasn't there for the race. I was there at one point during the red flag, but obviously Bahrain 2020 limited capacity and was mainly towards U.S. service members. Every year, 2009, seen Denny Hamlin win a couple races, saw Carl Edwards win a couple, a race actually, because Edwards won in 08 and 2010. Saw Tony Stewart win a championship, and we are ready to see what is next in store this year in the 2024 running of the Cup Series race at Homestead. Basin, DeAngelis, Brummet, Rodriguez, Newbiggin, Cortez, Mitchum, Vijaya Kumar. That will be the top 8. Chase Kroll will enter the top 10 with Alexander Balderas lined up toe-to-toe with him. Ready for the restart. Pace car will make the hard left on the pit road, and we'll try it once more. Basin on the bottom, DeAngelis on the outside. The Brummet and Rodriguez in row 2. Back green from Miami. Basin gets away. Brummet, DeAngelis will be the fight for the 3rd position. Douglas Newbiggin was crowding the tailgate on the 69. Was able to make it work. Now has company from Cortez. Basin leads the first lap under green. Now what can he do? Brummet, company, Frank DeAngelis on the bottom. Cortez in 3rd, Mitchum in 4th. Newbiggin, Rodriguez, 6th and 7th. Basin pulls away to 4/10. Brummet checking that mirror multiple times. He sees Cortez on the outside. He sees DeAngelis on the bottom. Vincent Cortez fight to the 69. Chevy, Ford Chevrolet. Vijaya Kumar sideways once again, 3 wide across the stripe. Schaefer to the bottom. Rodriguez on the outside. See Schmidt having to work his way through as well. Toe-to-toe. Heavy traffic from 7th on back. Here's Mitchell. Sitting in the 5th position, Newbiggin in 6. Balderas has Fords littered behind his tailgate. Checking on the outside, Chase Schaefer had a race-winning piece at Kansas. Now does he have a strong enough truck? Brummett's on the move. Jumps to the outside of 3 and 4. What a drive. Dean Brummet, new race leader from Homestead. He's one of the first drivers to really jump to the wayside. Basin will take it back to the center of 1 and 2. As Basin, no, make it Brummet. Saying adios back on the outside. Now you see that different shading up near the outside wall. That's a grip strip. If you get the right side of your truck on that grip strip, you'll have just enough momentum and just enough grip to keep your truck off the outside wall. We've seen it work before with the car tomorrow, including in the e-ticket event. called the Ford 400 that took place in late 2022. That e-ticket was very, very remembered for the first 30 laps being outstanding. And then quickly fell into an incident with movement on the bottom. William Schmidt, you saw him go around. Full 360 loop. Gets it backfired, but oh boy, has he lost spots. Mason now jumps 2/10 back. DeAngelis under pressure. Cortez, Michael Mitchell. Cortez on the outside. DeAngelis on the bottom. Oh, can he save it? He does. Frank DeAngelis. What a shame, but spots to be lost. Mason has not been able to get up to Brummett the way he wants. He's still a truck length and change back. Cortez in third, Mitchum in fourth. DeAngelis P5, Newbiggy P6. Schaefer, Balderas. Then you have Vijaya Kumar and Rodriguez. Thurston 11th, Ross Stiller in 12th. There's Doug. There's Balderas. Vijaya Kumar fights back on the bottom. Then you start wondering, man, is Dean Brummett going to win this race? I mean, early on, he has the truck to stay out in front. You wonder what Basin is possibly saving. These trucks act a little bit different, including under the night conditions, than what you're used to in the day at Homestead. Most of the races we've done at Miami recently have been under the South Florida sun. And currently under the lights, it's going to change the track up big time. Chevy on Chevy. Basin to the bottom. Brummett on the outside, toe-to-toe for the race lead. Brummett holds on. Newbigin, Schaefer, 6th and 7th. You look a little farther back, things are still up for a change. Here's Josh Shalili, the 97. He got a top 10 there at Kansas. Fighting toe-to-toe with Jacob Jolson. Keith Ingram. Hard-fought battles. Ingram to the bottom of the track. Josh Lilly jumps to the outside. Oh, just on the quarter panel of that truck. Lilly, the drive-off exit. Now the speeds very much are changing. These drivers having to lay out the throttle a lot more. Look at the inputs on Josh Lilly. This is a driver running in 19th. He's got some traffic ahead of him. He's forced to defend. You saw how much he had to lift down into turn one. Now look at that compared to Dylan Basin. Basin finding the inside lane. No drive on exit. You saw him have to lift a lot versus Dean Brummett, who's taking the longer way around. Oh, not so much. This time he jumps to the bottom. Versus Michael Mitchum, who's taking the long way around, mostly in the gas. DeAngelis, a stout race he has had so far. In the 5th position. We knew Michael Mitchum was going to be pressuring for the lead at some point, pressuring as a contender. Didn't expect it to be here from Homestead. Mitchum sideways in front of the field. Gets nailed by the 99 and the caution will wave. Oh no. Chase Schaefer was a part of that mess. Mitchum will park it in the grass. Watch again. And that's all on him. He thought he was clear to the 69. Look how light he got on the right side. Michael Mitchum almost did what looked to be a blowover. And Jay Schaefer, nowhere else to go. Watch from that view, the camera on the inside wall, just off the exit of the front straightaway. Just got light. And I guarantee you, if that was fresh tires and he didn't do that hesitation step before he came to the bottom, it would have looked a little worse. This is him fighting a lap earlier there with Frank DeAngelis. They were both topside. Big part was he got on the wall, and that scrubbed a lot of speed off for him. There's a lot of things that did prevent him from possibly having sparks laying on his door. There was this. He saw he hesitated at first. He thought he was clear, then he realized he wasn't clear. There was the impact to the wall off turn 3. That shaved maybe about 10 miles per hour off of the 38 truck. And that could have just been enough to keep him off driver's side. Michael Mitchum is on pit road. Dylan Mason wins the race off pit road. Let's talk to some drivers. Frank, you saw it right on top of you. Whoa. Yeah, that's on me. You know what? I dragged you too quick. You're having a full-on conversation. Apologies for the F-bomb.
That's my apologies as well. I wasn't expecting that.
I know. That I should have dragged you a chat first before jumping on it.
You gotta mute, server mute them first.
That is true. That's probably...
Just server mute them first.
You saw the incident occur. What exactly happened from your end?
The same lap car who got kicked the last race for being a stupid lap car was being a stupid lap car.
Mitchum?
No, the guy going 130 against the wall with leaders passing. So Mitchum tried to get by him, barely tagged me, and Mitchum tried to save it and didn't save it. That would have been a really hard car to save.
Well, it's very unfortunate. We have an opportunity for a restart coming up. How's the truck holding?
A lot better than I thought. I ripped the top for a while, and I haven't really raced the truck since their big overhaul a while ago. So people like Dean held up on the top for a while, so I'm probably gonna rip the top for a while because the tires weren't really coming in. They were just about to before that happened, but it's very fun. Very fun.
Is it more fun than Xfinity at Kansas?
I can't really speak because I made it 8 laps, so.
Okay.
But
well, there is that.
From what I've been seeing and hearing, this is as fun, but not as fun.
When did the trucks get overhauled? Was it just like a couple months ago?
Yeah, I think the last week 13, or I forgot when. I think when round 1 of Road to Pro ended, I believe.
All right. Well.
And they did kind of the same stuff. Drive like how they should.
So you're saying more truck races in the future?
Predominantly more Xfinity, but a lot more trucks than what we usually do.
Alright, well, something to definitely keep an eye out on for. Be Chevrolet on Chevrolet battle. Let's see if you can find victory lane. Good luck. Time for the restart here from Miami. Brown back on its feet. Dylan Mason, Dave Brummett, Vincent Cortez, Frank DeAngelis. A wild incident off the exit of the front straightaway between Michael Mitchum and Chase Schaefer, resulting in an incident. Gives us the second restart of the night. Mason, the HendrickCars.com Chevrolet, Brummett, the 316 bow tie. 27 laps to go from Homestead, Miami Speedway. Basin thunders off into 1 and 2, the race leader. Grummet wants to steal it back. Cortez on the bottom. Basin led early in the race before Grummet came in and took it away. Now the question is, do the tides turn? New race leader, new fight for third. Oh, it's a fight. Cortez, DeAngelis. Cortez, the runoff exit. No look now, but Mosteller's toe-to-toe with Thurston. That's in the ring. DeAngelis sideways. Parks it in front of the Ford. Three wide, battle for fourth. He's got the run on the exit and will hold on to position. No surprise here. Thurston is working his way forward. This is his home track. He's been to Homestead Miami Speedway multiple times, and he loves racing here. Every time we have this on the schedule, he knows it's an opportunity to shine, whether it's in the daytime or under the lights. Now, Grummet has led very much the majority of this race. Matter of fact, he's got him by a wide margin, 11-27. What can he do in this part to take it back? Probably going to jump to the outside early. You heard it from DeAngelis. He talked about how the outside can run a lot more than the inside lane since the most recent update. Grummet figured it out right away, and he's going to catch the grip strip up to the outside of 3 and 4. Cortez does not join him. DeAngelis, Mosteller, and Thurston. Anthony Burrows looks in front of him, sees a competitor in view. In his mirror, he'll see wheel to wheel. That's Thurston Vijay-Kumar. Yair Rodriguez in that mix as well with the 7 and Douglas Newbigging. 22 to go. My fear is with Grummet running that outside, does Basin go up there at all and possibly stop his traction, stop his movement? I'm coming off exit. Basin is just a little bit quicker, nothing crazy. But look at Dean just jump right to the outside. Let's see how much time he'll make up off corner exit. Lost a handful to the center of 3 and 4. And he'll pick up at least half a tenth down into turn 1. Maybe even more. He got up to a full tenth. Douglas Newbigging. Yair Rodriguez. A lot of racing, a lot of thundering, a lot of action still going on in the center of the pack. Dean Grummet is there. Pulls to the back end of the Chevrolet. Right rear on the grip strip. Finding the good fight. And that was the worry right there. Once he saw Dean making up time, was he going to jump to the outside and make it harder for the 316 to make a move? Cortez, P3, DeAngelis, P4, Mosteller, Anthony Burrows, that's 5th and 6th. Vijay-Kumar, Rodriguez, navigating the inside part of the racetrack. That's 7th and 8th with Jacob Jolson, with James Thurston, running out the rest of the top 10. 4/10 the difference. Mason on the bottom. He's able to experiment once again on that end of the speedway. Runs right back to the west side of the track. Still running the bottom. I think the idea is use the inside lane, conserve the tires. And once Dean Brummett looks like he's going to be a clear threat, then jump to the outside, put the tailgate on the nose, and see if that truck can navigate well in traffic. If it can't, put the 71 back on the inside lane. What Brummett's going to have to do is learn when Basin is going to do that. Is there any movement that the 71 does that makes it look like he's jumping to the outside? It's almost like what baseball players, and I know it's very, very wrong to compare sports, including stick and ball to racing, but it's almost like when a pitcher is about to change from a four-seam fastball to a changeup. Some batters can pick up when it's going to happen based on just hand movement, certain twitches in the arms, certain twitches with the hands. Is he taking longer to load or not? Brummett's got to realize that. Does Basin roll in shallow? If he runs in shallow to turn one when entering on the bottom versus jumping to the outside, well, that's a very big change because when you're laying on the outside, there's no wheel movement. You're just going to jump to the bottom. The only thing is, Basin doesn't come in shallow. He comes in very deep, which is very hard to pick up. If Brummett's going to make up time here and go for the race lead, matter of fact, go for the race win, he's going to have to be perfect on when Basin changes up his line. Like right there. Basin top side. Brummett right with him. 2.5 tenths the difference between the top two. He's changing up a little bit. What he's doing, instead of going to the inside lane and making a wild lunge, he's running about half a click underneath the Chevrolet. 14 laps to go this time by. Brummett loose off exit. Mason holds on to the lead. Burrows, Thurston, Douglas Newbigging. Looking farther back, Zachary Troll. There's Nicholas Hook. Talked with him earlier. This is for 22nd, 25th. There's William Schmidt. Remember, he went around earlier in the race. Matter of fact, looks to have even gotten some nose damage. Way deep in the field. $13 laps to go. Fights for third. Cortez, DeAngelis, Daniel Mosteller. See him running back to the bottom. Burrows. Watching on from 6. Demas does a great job of keeping it in front of him. Frank DeAngelis. The fight's on for the 5th position. Burrows to the bottom. Mosteller way to the outside, 3 wide. Burrows gets into the Chevrolet. Coming to 10 to go. Looking across him. Frank loses 1. Mika 2. Burrows to 4th. Mosteller to 5th. DeAngelis back to 6th. Mason has opened up a wide margin over Dean Brummett. Mosteller P5. You can see just Off in the distance, the rest of the drivers, how they have to enter, how they have to exit. Most on the bottom, DeAngelis struggling to hold on to his race truck. Vijaya Kumar in the 7th position, navigating way to the outside. Brummett losing even more time, maybe falling into the clutches of Anthony Burrows. Here's the Ford, make it the Fords of Cortez on the inside, now fighting the 2. Race for the 3rd position. 8 laps remaining. He's there, and Burrows is gaining a lot of time. He was only 3 seconds back. I don't think Brummett's going to go out there and just fight his way through, but I wouldn't look too far away from Anthony Burrows. Look at the time he's made up just over the last couple of laps. Is it enough to get a win? I don't think so. That's going to be a lot of ground to make up now, coming to 7 to go. Seconds back, Dean Brummett. He makes up ground. The most ground he's made up on Dylan Basin has been from lap 42 to lap 43. All eyes are sitting and waiting. Basin, the biggest lead out of any driver tonight. It would be the biggest margin of victory if he can hold on to it from any of the races we have seen thus far. 6 to go. Two seconds back. Burrows making up time on the outside, but not on track to possibly win this race. On track to get the 2nd position. He's got Brummett dead ahead of him. Basin in view, just saw him. Cortez grabs the outside safer barrier. DeAngelis will be under refire. That's from Yahir Rodriguez. Frank wayside, Rodriguez inside. He'll find his way around the 69 machine. 4 to go. Burrows P2. Found his way around Dean Brummett. The question is, will it be locked in? Burrows to 2nd, Brummett to 3rd. See Dean now fighting for what he can. Can't get it back. As Anthony Burrows sees the next competitor in view. The problem is, he's a dot in the windshield. Basin off turn 4, we'll see it. 2 laps to go. A second and change. Slowing his pace down on the bottom of the racetrack to guarantee a lock of a win. You'll see the white flag this time by. Lap traffic non-existent in front of him. Salamanca, 1 to go for Dylan Basin. Burrows chipping away at the race lead. what could have been if this race was just 20, maybe even 10 laps more. It won't be the case, as Basin will come off turns 3 and 4 and become the third different winner of the night. Ford won race 1, Toyota grabbed it in race 2. Chevrolet says, show me the money in round number 3. Basin wins it in Miami. Burrows second, Brummett third. And the Lakeland, Florida driver says cha-ching from his home state. Come back around, he'll burn it down. And we'll take a moment to talk to your race winner before our own quote-unquote Formula One race, the Super Formulas at Circuit of the Americas. Basin wins. One more race left to go. 27 trucks left on the lead lap. After 40 taking the green flag. Make it 26, Schmidt not able to finish. And our night in America. Feeling victories all year long. Let's talk to your race winner. Basin will bring it to pit road. And we'll get a word with them. 3 races in the books. There's one more guarantee tonight. And we're ready. See how that will roll. He'll park it in his pit stall. And we'll get a word with him. Big time win. Burrows finishing P2. Matter of fact, before he gets in here, let's talk to the driver that finished there. Brummett, you were so close. You looked to be the main driver up front early in the race, and then things just started changing.
Yeah, man. Dirty air is it's a heck of a thing here at Homestead. And, you know, I was fortunate enough to get to lead a few laps tonight, but, I mean, you got talent like Anthony Burrows and Dylan Basin, man. I mean, you're happy with third. Like I said, I'm going to win one of these things one night, just not this night.
Well, you have an e-ticket.
Okay. You know what?
gotta remember that. You gotta keep that in mind.
I got the e-ticket. I want the NR night, man.
There you go.
I want the NR night. I'm greedy. What can I say?
Hey, well, aren't all drivers greedy? That's why you're here. That's why you're racing every week. No one comes in just to finish 5th.
Oh no, nobody does. But you know, for real, I mean, it was a good race. A little early on, I think I got out in front just because Dylan was saving so much. I wanted. Been a while since I've been here at Homestead, so I wanted to try to get up on the top line and just see how it would work. And super early on, it worked good, and a couple times ran back up to him with it. But as soon as he dumped that dirty air on my nose, it went away. So, like I said, I mean, hey, he did what he needed to do, got out in front, and saved those tires a lot better than I did. That's a bad part about being behind here. Is you can either just follow and say we're gonna run where we're at, or you can try something a little different. Hope to get by, and if you can get by, then you try to drive away. But like I said, congrats to Dylan. I mean, he did everything he needed to do this evening.
Heck yeah. Well, congratulations on your podium finish. Let's talk to the driver who went number 1. Basin, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. I'm glad we went green to the end. I slowed up my pace a lot towards the end because I was worried to be yellow and like it'd be a battle of staying out or pitting. So I slowed up, tried to conserve as much tires as I could in case there was a yellow, and then there wasn't, so either way it worked out. But I'm so happy to get a green flag run to the end. That's all I want in these races nowadays.
Yep, and you got one for sure. I don't think we've had a late race yellow tonight, now that I'm thinking about it. Big change was early on, you lost the lead. Were you expecting the track to change a little bit differently? Did you expect the truck to handle a little bit more in your favor?
Yeah, I mean, as you saw in the second run, that was longer. You know, Dean was putting up a 5 on the outside, and then I ended up putting 2 seconds on him in like 5 laps. That was kind of what I was expecting in the first run. Just the yellow came out right when the tires about to kick in. It basically was just a mind game of, you know, you see the other driver pushing, you just chill out. You match your pace on the bottom, and you're golden basically. Like the final run towards the end, once I put those 2 seconds on the field, I was like, all right, don't need to run the wall anymore. Doesn't matter how fast I'm going right now because I have enough of a margin, so I just put it on the bottom and cruise to the end because, you know, you don't want to risk putting in the wall and giving yourself damage or whatever. So I just rode the bottom, kept my stuff cool, and drove to the finish.
Oh, heck. Yeah, we're ready to see what's coming up, and we are looking at restart. We're going to do single file restarts from what we're looking at, and guess what? Standing starts for this race. Do you think it's going to be interesting? Do you think it's not going to be interesting? What are you expecting out of this COTA event?
I think it's to be a fun race. Super Formula cars are really racy, and they're kind of like a mix between IndyCar and F1, and it's like the perfect mix of like, it's not too much grip to where everyone's kind of just single file and, you know, the corner's easy to make, but it's not a lack of grip where everyone's wrecking. But I do like the standing start because, you know, I feel like that'll kind of give it advantage to some people. Yeah, it'll make it interesting for sure when people let out the clutch too early and spin the wheels and end up dying at turn 1, but you know, that's kind of part of it. If you can't do it, that sucks for you. But
yep. Well, here's the thing, 10 minutes of queue. I don't think we'll get more than 30 just because so many people do not have the super formulas, even though I think at Watkins Glen we filled out 40, if I'm not mistaken. 30 is the cutoff. So we're going to have we're going to have group qualifying, 10 minutes the second the session goes up, qualifying has started. So you have to get in there and go out and do a lap right away. What are you thinking on the qualifying side? Are you going to want to start up front, or are you not going to want to start up front? Obviously, when racing toe-to-toe, we had a wheel of points on the line on the Formula 1 side, you want to go pole position, but, you know, not too many drivers have experience with the super formulas. We really don't know what's next just because our knowledge and our playbook on it is completely different, vastly different at that, compared to the stock cars or even the Indy cars when we do e-ticket events.
yeah, honestly, I think you either want to be starting on pole and just stare at your mirror going to turn 1 just for safety, or you can start the back and just let the calamity happen. See if any yellows come out. Are you throwing yellows if there's a huge wreck?
Let's be honest, I don't throw yellows like I used to, so it's going to be interesting. It really depends. If it's race impacting, yes. If it's not race impacting, it's maybe a coin flip. It really just depends on how the race is going, what's going on during it. I'd hate to destroy any strategy because I love calling strategy races. This is more of a me thing, so it really just depends. That's the best way I can put it. It really depends. Now, if it's a big wreck in a turn 1, then obviously, yes, we're probably going to have to throw it.
Yeah, that's fair. I was just wondering because I can, like, for me, I'm going to try to put it in that pole position. If I die in turn 1, I die, you know? But I feel like maybe a few people in here that would be like, okay, I want to start in the back, put down a lap.
We got a lot of drivers. This is going to be interesting. 30 is the max. I want to point that out. 30 is the max, but I mean, you can qualify. We'll send 10 drivers home if we have to. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. We're already up to 29. I think we just got to 30. So if you do join with the Super Formula, do note there is now no guarantee of making the show. You're going to have to qualify your way in. 30 is our limit. I think going forward, if we're going to do more of these Formula 1-esque races, I think 30 is just going to be our limit because I love sending drivers home. It sounds so terrible, but there's something about it that is very exciting. Basin, have you loaded in?
Yes. We're about to hop on that track.
Heck yeah, we'll let you go, and we're going to continue to watch on, get ready for racing on. Max Swearage, welcome to the show.
Oh, hi, I didn't know I was going to be in here. Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm good. I've had a very great past couple of days, you know. So I just got out of work again. So now I'm here. I wanted to do the other race, but I didn't get out on time. So I'm here. Now I'm just here to have some fun. Gonna have a grand old time.
Well, we're excited to have you here. Hopefully you're here to have the most fun as we get ready to lock in for the final race of the night. This is race number 4. For the ones watching back at home and they're wondering about what I do in person, my in-person broadcast, most recent one, has been fully uploaded on YouTube. The link to that is pinned. I know a lot of you, unfortunately, cannot watch that because most of my stuff is under subscription base from Racing America and Track TV, but don't worry, it is all now, well, not all, but at least one race, one big feature event. That's the Jegs Tour race, which is one of the highest rated pro late model divisions in America. The Owasso Speedway race for the Owasso Nationals 150 is up on YouTube. Link to that once again pinned. Swaggy, you race in person, you do mostly the go-karts, but the go-karts are a feeder to open wheel. Do you think you can use some of that knowledge here tonight?
I can try my best to. It's been a little while. I mean, it's been a week since I've raced. But I mean, I can use some of the knowledge I have from racing that transitions over here, like I would just say like wheel and foot for myself personally is what I'll use more. Maybe in like braking too. And it feels the same to brake with this car than it does with my kart. So that's what it feels like right now. I'm just trying to saw this wheel because I've been racing a couple days. That's what it feels like for me personally. Oh my gosh. This car is really weird to drive. It's been a while. So.
All right, well, we're excited to see what can all go on from here. I'm watching you go around this racetrack. There's 20 turns here at Circuit of the Americas, and qualifying only 30 drivers make it. Right now, it looks like we have over 30 drivers. Are you looking at taking it easy just to get a lap time in, or are you going full on through?
I want to go full on through. There's, what, how much time we got left? Like 4 minutes?
4.5 minutes.
Like, oh, Akabuizi's here, the Indy 500.
Akabuizi, gotta love him.
He's a very, very nice guy.
Excited to see on the Formula One side, the open wheel. We may have to start doing a little more open wheel racing just to change it up. We've been saying that for a while, but we have been doing it on multiple ends. Excited to see what you can do here. Good luck.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Let's talk to Zachary Trull. Trull, are you joining us this week at Circuit of the Americas? Zachary Trull, John Ramos, you got a copy. I think Trull is not good. Oh, hold on. We may have life.
And I just spun out. Got to reset.
Do you want to focus? Do you want me to let you go? I will let you go if that is the case.
No, I'm all good.
Top 30 qualify, only 30.
Yeah, it's tough. I don't know if everybody's going to be able to get a lap in, no?
May have to go off of iRating from maybe the drivers who don't set a time. I think some guys are out there on the strategy of just puttering around, get a time in, because if you at least get a time in, you will be able to probably just get in. Matter of fact, let me let you know here, first times in Mosteller. Drops to 147.713. Malone, Gavin Austin a 151.263. So a big time change just on drivers trying to get in.
Yeah, I think setting a time, at least for me anyway, because I don't know if you guys are going off a road or over live rating, but I know mine. I would like it to be a little bit higher.
I think we have it on oval.
Okay, yeah, so I'd like mine to be a little bit higher. If I raced a little bit more, had a little bit more time, it could be. So setting a time here is going to be important. And it's very easy to go off track here, because if you even touch the red just a little bit, you'll get a 1X for track limits. So very, very difficult just to get a lap time in here, because 1 inch could mean it invalidates it. So see what happens here.
Oh, we're excited to see how this all goes. Hamilton Akabuizi, one of the e-ticket winners, are in as well. He's rolling around. Trull, a lot of heavy hitters tonight. We may have to do this a lot more. Good luck.
Thank you, John. Appreciate it.
And we're going to draw him back to the Bean team. Looking, peeking, wondering who else can we possibly chat with. You know what? Starting to get some word. They want to focus on qualifying. Let these drivers focus ahead of these final minutes here in qualifying. And our night in America, fueling victories all year long. Let's get ready to ride. Boise. He's on the clock. First time around. Anthony Burrows, what's the lap time? 6 quick. Anthony Burrows is going to join us in the show. Bristow, bubble driver, 11th, 1 minute remaining, may just join us on time. William Schmidt, a time in, he goes 10th. Chad Hornish, a time in, he goes 9th. Michael Mitchum. Mitchum goes 9th. .40 seconds remaining. Jackson Carr gets a time in. Josh Lilly cannot go over. Final time to 19 and 20. We've seen Josh do great things with his Red Bull. A 1:49.20 doesn't stand. 8th quick, Josh Lilly's in the show. James Bomar, no time just yet. Zachary Trull, no time. Valderra's a lot of damage. Could be in, could be out. Marquez Ramos for the S's. Cortez, no time. Schaefer, no time. Is going to hope for the iRating change. Boise, final time through 19 and 20. Boise, a 1:47.468. Does it stand? It does not. His lap time's deleted, and it would have easily been enough to go up inside the top 4. But Boise, if he makes it off iRating, it will be from the tail end of the field. Does not make the show off of time. We'll wait and see. Yahir Rodriguez. It's a blistering time. 1:55. If it stands, he's in. It does not. And Yahir will sit with the 13th position. Now it does. Yahir Rodriguez is in. Alex Anderson. Does Anderson make the show? Anderson, 1:51.8. Lap time deleted. James Thurston. Moving through 19 and 20. He's on track to possibly go pole. 1:46, 1:47, won't be a pole, gets a 1:48. Does he make the show at that time? He does. 8th quick, James Thurston is in. 21 drivers have set down a time. Xander McKinney, no time. Sheriff, no time. Cortez will get a time in at 2:08. It should be enough to make the show, but it's deleted. Vincent Cortez will have to go off of iRating. And one driver, from what we're hearing, will be a no-go. One driver will be a no-go. There's 31 drivers. We'll be bumping one. And that is what we are hearing. 20 seconds left before we roll on out here from COTA and our night in America, fueling victories all year long. Excited for what's next. Let's roll. Time to go green in the final race of the night. 15 laps. And our night in America, fueling victories all year long. The PA is on. You can hear it in the background. We are here at COTA. The cars will grid up on the front stretch. We'll get the 5 lights, and we'll head green down into turn 1. The excitement is ready to brew. And you see it there. Watch the lights when we get ready to roll. 30 drivers. All ready to roll. And we're hearing Isaac Hendricks will be the only driver heading home. The wait and see. The wait and hear for some drivers as they have all gridded up or getting ready to and be off and away. Basin, River Page have yet to grid. All eyes and ears focus forward. You'll know when it's time because they're going to hold that brake and we'll be ready to go green. River Page, Jackson Carr, Chase Schaefer, the final drivers left to grid. 15 laps, and now the patience has to wait. It's tough to see because you know when it's going to be time to go green, you're going to see those lights go off. All waiting, all seeing. There's Dylan Basin. He's ready. It's the time you've been waiting for. We're green from Coda. Mosteller, first one into turn one. Page, Basin, and Thurston, third and fourth. Everyone clear through 1 and 2. To the S's they go. Thurston in fourth, Malone in fifth. Blaine Sanders, we're hearing, may have been involved in an incident that's deep in the field. Page, Basin, top three. Now remember, they have this thing. It's all push to pass. Keep an eye on that grid. Keep an eye on the top of the car. If you see a blinking green light, that means the push to pass is enabled and they're using it. It is a blinking green light. Keep it in mind. Page is using it. In the second spot. Already past turn 12, heading to 13, 14, and 15. Malone to fifth. Walker back there in sixth. Swearish in eighth. Through 15 to 16 and 17. The carousel progress. Before the hard, sharp left to 19. And head into turn 20. Daniel Mosteller will meet the crowd. He leads lap 1 in Coda. Bunch up, Gavin Austin, Anthony Burrows, Yahir Rodriguez, riding on with Max Swearish. Looked like he was going to overshoot. Gavin Austin in his Red Bull. Easy in, easy out. That's to the S's. $14 to go. Page a second back. But the big question is, can he carry the speed from turn 11 and into turn 12? This is where he can make up his time. It's not enabling it just yet. Blinking green light, none of it. 7/10 back. He's thinking about saving it for the end of the race. You only get so many. 2 seconds back and change. That would be the Dylan Basin group. 30 drivers took the green flag. Chase Schaefer, one of the drivers, already on pit road. Here's Lane Sanders, the battle for 18th. DeAngelis sneaking through. The Hawaiian punch machine. One of the Toyotas. In and out through the circuit. Blinking green light for James Thurston. Keeping on that push to pass is going to be very interesting to see who can use it correctly. Thurston into fourth over the turtle. And we'll lose time. That would be Aiden Walker. That's now going to close on in. Basin is 2.5 seconds back. River Page is now over a second back, about where he was just a lap previous. Before the move on Daniel Mosteller. Green line on the top, it's blinking, push to pass enabled. Makes up time, down to a second. 13 laps to go here from Coda. Mosteller leads. Basin, Thurston's the fourth place driver. There's Aiden Walker, Anthony Burrows, Max Swearengin. We got one off. Jacob Malone. There at 11th, Alex Anderson, Josh Lilly. A full second back down to the Mosteller 87, but still within closing range. 12 to go. He's got the shot. He loses a lot of time down into turn one. That's where Demos is at his best. And in the S's, this end of the racetrack, River Page just cannot make up the time that he has offered. All to go. There's Anthony Burrows, Max Swearengin, Gavin Austin. William Schmidt goes around. All the way off into turn one. River Page, a 1-6 back. James Thurston, 4-8 back. What can he do? Oh, he keeps making it up from 11 to 12, but Demos is still better on the most technical part of the racetrack. From turn one all the way to turn 10, it's just non-stop twists, turns, uphill, downhill. What can you do to make up the most time to prove that you're the fastest driver? From 11 to 12 with that push to pass, you should be able to make up enough time. But for River Page, he's losing so much time on one end of the speedway and one end of the circuit. It's just drastically changing the approach at this race. $11 to go. Thurston in fourth, Walker in fifth. There's Aiden looking for a move. James Thurston. Never mind, that was not him. That was a spin from a back marker. May have been, no, not Marquez Ramos. And not Lane Sanders either. Look at the damage on that 86. All torn up. Frank DeAngelis, Yahir Rodriguez. Frank is up to 12th. Page is 2 seconds back, just now reaching the top of the key. $11 to go. Will soon be 10. Mo's 5 laps in, he's led them all. He's the best one on the jump, and there's Dylan Basin. 2-3. Nearly 2-4 back. James in 4th, Walker in 5th. There's Burrows in 6th. I'm not seeing too much wear out of the Anthony Burrows machine, but look how consistent he is in and out of the corners. He's not over pushing. He's not braking too late into the corner. Really slide the tires around. I think some of these drivers are also still banking on a yellow. Now, it was mentioned that there's a good chance that caution would not fly in this race, but you just did not know with how this thing was going to roll. Age in and out of the S's. James Thurston joining in. Walker doing just that, has Burrows behind him. Burrows has had a pretty good night, pretty consistent at that. Dylan Basin off and into the grass. He may be forced to retire. Wow, yeah, just caught one of the curbs. That's what Thurston did. I think also on that end of the racetrack. Caught the litter. And that will be it. Dylan Basin forced to retire from this race. He's out for the night after his win from Homestead Miami Speedway. 10 laps to go. Moss Sneller leads. The Williams drivers, Burrows, and Ada Walker. Gavin Austin, Max Sweargin, Max way too deep down into turn 12. And overshot at that man. Alex Anderson, Josh Lilly. Josh at 9th, Akabuezi. Talk about his qualifying efforts. He's back in the 10th spot. River Page 3 seconds back, make it 3.5. Thurston, Walker, Burrows. There's Burrows, he's in view. You can hear the slipstream go right over the top of his car. All that wind. Nine to go. Four seconds of difference. Walker and Burrows. Oh, you saw Burrows looking to the top side. Wasn't going to get it on that end of the speedway. Another peek, another look. Closest battle on track, it's for 4th. Williams on Williams. Burrows goes one way, Walker will go the other. The brace to turn 12. AB, he's going to have position into 13. Burrows leads. Walker P5. He slid the tires. Wow. Switchback. Move by Aiden Walker. Walker back to 4th. Burrows back in 5th. 8 to go. Page, after being 4 seconds back, at one point got into the 3.8 before reaching the braking zone. Trouble. That may be James Thurston. It is one of the drivers racing up front, and we'll throw the caution. No, it was not. That was Lane Sanders. Sanders went around as one of the back markers. That caution loss Stiller did not want to see. This is going to set up a shootout. What happened? How did it happen? It looked like it happened with at least some front runners. I believe that driver, Frank DeAngelis, may have been a part of it. Little damage. Let's see it here. He's coming out of pit row. No, that's just the damage at hand. So that most likely had nothing to do with it. Caution is now already out on the speedway. And there would be that of Lane. So here's Lane. And this is what occurred with the incident. So he goes around. It looked like he picked up another car. He did. It was a spin. It was by James Thurston, who backed into Lane Sanders. And once we got the TV view of it, it looked like Sanders got into Thurston, which then warranted the yellow. Set us up for a restart. Caution is out. Gives us some time to speak with some drivers as we get ready to see the rest of this race. Let's talk with Jacob Malone. Jacob Malone, you've had one heck of a night, haven't you?
Yeah. Yeah, I've had a night, that's for sure.
Well, you did pretty well in round number one. You were up there contending. You took the lead at one point.
I didn't do the other two races though, so.
Well, the good news is you're racing here and you're up inside the top 15. How's it running for you?
Well, I started third. I spun the tires pretty badly on the start, which hurt me, and I kind of just started dropping positions like crazy because, of course, I overheated my rears before backing it into the wall, so I had to repair some of that damage. So I have new tires at least, so I think I can, you know, if most people pit, which I don't know if they will. That should benefit me. I don't know. I think I have speed. I just got to be consistent.
It's gonna be really a wait and see. We're excited to see what happens next at this restart. It's gonna be wild, and we could be seeing the one to go soon. What is your opinions on it all?
I think it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be entertaining, that's for sure. It's either gonna have some people crying or some people smiling. You're never gonna know with situations like this with a late race restart, especially in open wheel cars, because these things are fragile. And but I'm excited to see what happens.
Time will tell. Let's see how it goes.
All right, have a good one.
Let's go pick up Lane Sanders. Lane, I believe this is Lane Sanders.
I'm in the pits. I'm broken.
So what happened with your car?
So I got turn one has been my problem. I went like lap 4. I self-spun, and then this guy didn't read it. He said I rolled down into the track. I hooked my brake, and he ran over my front wing. So then I assumed whatever brought the caution out was I went to turn 1. I was following demos, and then I just downshifted into first on accident. I just looped the car. I stayed out of the way. And I was just like sitting there waiting on the field to go by, and then I got hit. I'm like, what the hell? You know what? Fine. And then we got it back, put the front wing back on, and then went to go in the S's, and the car broke. And I ended up in the tire bag.
All right, well, the thing is here, we'll have 5 laps to go. I don't know how much you can get that thing fixed up.
It's done, John. The dude said it. Race is over.
Yep. Good to know. Lane Sanders out of this race here at COTA. Done. See ya. Good night. We'll continue to talk. Aiden Walker, I believe you're in this race. You are. You're sitting P3. What's the change going to be?
Just give it a second before we make our moves real quick, because we're in second last corner. But do you see me and Anthony's battle at least?
I did. We're watching the entire time.
Good, because I was incredible. But yeah, overall this is a very fun race.
go ahead and watch nonetheless.
Try a little bit of
We're
strategy.
gearing up for the one to go here. It didn't give us the one to go that time by. We will get it this time. So now you only have 5 laps to get this thing started. What's the push to pass looking like for you?
Oh, I'm good on push pass. So
how much do you have left?
We should. I think like 170 something because I barely used it here.
Really? Wow. So you have a lot. You have a lot of time then.
Hopefully. I mean, of course, Demos is super quick right now, so just trying to figure out where I need to line up here.
It'd be awesome to see. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, we'll continue to chat. Let's see who else is on the table to possibly have an interview. Looking for drivers up and down this grid. Frank, don't say anything. Don't say anything, Frank. Okay, now say something, Frank.
What?
What happened there with your car?
I hit a curb. I'm not even kidding. I was mid-sentence about how I was saying all you have to do to finish up front is to survive. And as I was saying survive, I hit the curb that the pace car is hitting right now. That curb on the right side, I hit it and went straight and I collided.
A lot of hit that curb.
Yeah, I was just trying to, I was getting way more and more confident and I got too confident and stepped on myself.
Wow. Well, another opportunity at a restart here. Well, actually, I don't know about you. Is your race done? I think you're done.
Yeah, I'm collided. There's going to be at least one other restart because tires matter a lot.
All right, well.
So that group that just pitted, someone's going to have a disagreement with someone. Either that or someone's going to be on fresh tires and maybe have a disagreement with someone on old tires.
Well, we're ready to go racing. It'll be 5 laps to go. Who's your guess at who's going to win this race?
I
like that.
Demos. I'm not going to be very risque. I'm going to go with Hamilton, Burrows, and Demos. One of them. I think they're going green right now. They were talking about doing a backstretch thing like F1. So
really?
Yeah, they're trying to slow it down so they don't restart in the front stretch and all wad up in turn 1.
Well, only time will tell. We'll have 5 laps to go. Thank you, Frank DeAngelis. And they were considering a backstretch restart. It's whatever it would take for them, in their eyes, to not wad up the field. Now, it could be coming from turn 19 and 20. I wouldn't be surprised if that's how they do it. They're letting the pace car get way out in front. And so when most takes off, that's how they'll be able to roll their way back down into turn 1. Malone, Lilly, Swearengin, Walker, Boise, Anderson, Austin, Burrows. Into turn 12 they go. They were coming in from the Alabama football game. We say hello and welcome. For the ones that have been hanging out with us, 5 laps to determine the victor in Coda. Mosteller, River Page, Burrows, and Austin. Single file, slow, down into 15 and 16. Let's get ready to roll. Mosteller, Page, Burrows, Austin, Anderson, Boise, Walker, Swearengin. Off turn 19, they roll. Green once more from Coda. River Page in the slipstream of Mosteller. Snaking down the front, the hard braking zone of 1. Goes wide. You see Page closing the gap. Now that's his slowest end of the speedway. He has a lot of push to pass left to go. He didn't overuse it. Moscheller the leader. 3 car lengths. In and out. Wide off turn 12, turn 11, should I say, heading to turn 12. Page ready to use the push. Overtake is on. Look at the time made up by River Page. The second you see that on their D-pad, it's going to be all systems go. Five to go. He's have to use it all and has to use it all quick. Make something work. Lost the pad again. The second you see overtaken on, it's go time. Got to use it here. He's got to make up as much time down into turn 1. Doesn't stay in the slip. 6 back, 8 back. Moscheller just way too quick. Four to go. You'll use it once again from 11 to 12. But he can't allow that 87 to get more than a second ahead. Every time he does, puts himself at risk. If I'm River Page and if I want to win this race, it's use the overtaking, use that push to pass from 11 to 12 and from 20 to 1. Get there close and stay close and possibly save something late. What is it here? Up to 4. 5th gear. Grabs the 6, overtaking on. He has over 100 seconds left. That's more than enough time for River Page to make something up. He has to keep it on. He has to keep it going. Fully on from 13 to 14. 94 seconds left. He made up a lot of time on that end of the speedway. He should be using it from 20 to turn 1. 15, 16, 17, through 18, the hard left to 19 here. I'd say you have to turn it on right at this moment. The second you get to the middle. I know he's losing a lot of speed on this end of the straightaway, but it's the second longest straightaway on the track. 3 to go. A lot on the line. He has around 95 seconds left of overtaking left. Look at the hand over fist to keep it moving in the right direction. We don't believe Moscheller has used any push to pass. Lot changing. Correction, when you see a red light on the top, that means overtaking is on, that means push to pass is enabled. It's the red light, and we've seen River Page already use it multiple times. Doesn't use it here. Saving what he can. I think he's going to use it for that entire last lap. But most is just so much quicker. Blinking red, overtake on, keep in mind. Most hasn't used it at all. If I'm not mistaken, you have to use it when you're behind a competitor. River Page is looking for the quickest final lap that he can possibly turn. I just wonder if that's going to be way too predictable. Boise in the third, Burrows in the fourth. What has Boise been doing to make up time? Second back goes Page. Nothing enabled for anyone inside the top three. Still a second and change, down to 10, heading to 11. Look on the gearbox. From Boase's view, is he another one waiting for the final lap, overtaking on River Page? 84 seconds remaining. He's making up a lot of time. I don't think he's going to wait to that last lap. 62. A full minute remaining for River Page. Pushing his heart out to the carousel. He's got to keep it on at least to 19 and 20. But not used to the speed down on that end of the speedway. 40 seconds remaining. Salamanca, one to go from Coda. Most has it on. And now we can say with the Super Formula, you can use it whenever it is needed. I'm worried about Page waiting way too long. He's got 20 seconds left. Needs a mistake out of the 87 through the S's. The blinking green lights, the blinking red light, indicating there's not a lot of push to pass left. He may be out. Final run, top of the key. Boise has over 100 seconds remaining. He's going to take it to the finish. Page is out of push to pass. Boise to the inside, the fight for second. He'll only be a second back. He has the most remaining. Final time to 13 and 14. Push to pass enabled for the top two. Can Boise make up what's left? Or is it victory for Mosteller? Final dash to 19 and 20. He didn't get it done on the ovals today, but he'll go turning left and right from Circuit of the Americas in the Super Formulas to find victory in our night in America. Mosteller wins in Austin. Boise second, Page in third, Burrows P4, and he'll burn it down on the peak of turn one. What a night, an exciting night at that. So glad y'all tuned in. And we'll see you tomorrow for more NR Night in America Racing. So glad to have y'all with us. If you want to watch back on my most recent broadcast in person, it is pinned to the top of the live chat. And we'll see you tomorrow for Talladega Nights. The next gen's at Talladega return. Somewhat under the lights. Have a great night, ladies and gentlemen. See you tomorrow at 8 Eastern, 7 Central.